professors recognize me by name.
I'm constantly learning.
But it also has taught me so much about myself and about what I want to do with my future.
The location at Shepherd is amazing.
Cities like Washington, D.C., Baltimore are only about an hour and a half away.
You just got to see it. Once you see it, it just takes your heart.
Nothing goes better with football than chicken. From Pee-wee to the big boys to the wing T formation. A hearty meal of 12 pieces for just $9 is just what the boys need to be at their best. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Omaha!
Rock's 12 pieces of chicken, just $9.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk. See dealer for details.
It's time for the excitement of NCAA Division II football, featuring the Shepherd University Rams and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. Today's play-by-play coverage is being brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance, Milestone Realty, the Sutton and Janelle Law Firm, Orsini's Home Store, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, the Palace Lounge, and the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm. Standing by is our TV10 broadcast team. So let's head to the field and get today's pregame show underway.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Shepherd University at Rams Stadium as the Shepherd University Rams get ready to take on the Westchester Golden Rams. I'm Nick Verzolini. Alongside me is Travis Smith. And Travis, I mean, this is an interesting matchup between these two teams. Shepherd coming in at 6-1, Westchester at 5-2. Both teams are tied for second in the PSAC East Division, right behind, obviously, Kutztown, who's undefeated in the East. So, this is an important game for these teams, and it should be a pretty good one.
Absolutely. You look back to that 2019 meetup between these two teams. Shepherd able to come out on top 35-23. Shepherd coming off of a tough win last week. Difficult conditions up in Millersville, but they were able to win that game in less than ideal fashion. Not their usual way, I guess you could say. They had to rely on a power run game to bring them home during that contest. So that's another aspect of this Shepherd offense that Westchester is really going to have to account for today.
Yeah, and you look at it, too, I mean, these are two teams entering this game with pretty different styles. Westchester likes to ground the ball, run it a lot in between the tackles, while Shepherd will spread you out, obviously rely on Tyson Bajent's arm. But as you mentioned last week, we're able to do a nice job of running the football. So Shepherd's offense starting to take that next step. Westchester so far this year, though, has really worked on their run game. So kind of different styles heading into this one.
You mentioned that Golden Rams running game. Westchester able to rack up 326 yards in their last outing when they were able to beat East Stroudsburg 42-24. And not too often you see a team that likes to run the ball that much and also put up a lot of points. But this is an offense that can put up some points for Westchester, coming into today's game averaging just over 33 points per game. So not only can they run the ball effectively, they're able to put a lot of points on the board. And you look at that running attack by that Golden Rams offense, and it's going to be led by Jaden McKenzie. He's a big banger, 6'1", 205-pound sophomore. And last week versus East Stroudsburg, 13 carries for 135 yards and a touchdown. And one of those runs, 72 yards. So not only can he get it done in between the tackles, he also has that home run capability.
Yeah, him and Phil Pokey, a nice 1-2 punch from Westchester. On the Shepherd side of things in the running back position, looks like Ty Hebron's going to return today. He's been warming up with the team. Obviously, Chance Schwartz, kind of the power back, but Ronnie Brown has stepped up great for this team in the absence of Hebron and early on in the absence of Schwartz, and he has just found his role, and it seems like he's really starting to get a good feel for the offense and certainly helping Shepherd establish that ground in the game.
Because before Ronnie Brown will come in, it will be kind of spot duty where he would come in and just spell somebody, where it might be just one run play or a pass play out of the backfield. But last week was the first time that he was really a featured part of the offense. 21 carries, 185 yards, 8.8 yards per carry. That's pretty good in anybody's league. Also had a touchdown, and he had 2 catches for 70 yards. So he's able to hurt in ways. But last week, he was really showcased in that Shepherd Rams offense and really carried the team last week because the passing game wasn't hitting on all cylinders. I mean, you can chalk that up to a good Millersville defense. They were able to get pressure on Bajent, where some teams haven't before in the past. Also, Mother Nature played a big part in it. It was a heavy downpouring rain, and when it wasn't raining, it was extremely windy, so it was going to be difficult to try to pass the ball in that situation, but that's something that you're going to have to do if you're a football team that has aspirations for postseason play. You're going to need an offense that can travel, and that means that you're going to be able to play in any type of weather condition, so you're going to need to be able to rely on your passing game some days, and some days that running game is going to have to get it done for you.
It is homecoming today at Shepherd, and it should be relatively nice weather. A little bit of a drizzle earlier, but that seems to be clearing out, and looks like these clouds are starting to move out of here as well, so should be a nice atmosphere for this ball game. Obviously, the Rams' homecoming game as well. And then, we talk about the offenses a lot, Travis, but this Westchester defense, and so far over the past few weeks, the Shepherd defense really starting to step up. And Westchester, they can get after the quarterback and maybe cause some problems against Shepherd today.
And that's going to be important, that they're going to have to get pressure on Tyson Bajent, force him off his platform. Not that he's not mobile or that he doesn't do well as far as extending plays and keeping his eyes downfield, but you certainly want to get him off platform where he's having to go more to his checkdowns as opposed to standing back in the pocket and really going after that vertical passing game. Like you mentioned, Westchester, they have been harassing quarterbacks all season long, coming into today's contest with 30 sacks on the books. So they have a variety of players up in that front seven that can get after the quarterback and make it a long day.
And Shepherd's defense past 2 weeks, having some good outings as well. But we'll take a quick break. On the other side of that break, I'll be joined by head coach of the Shepherd University Rams, Ernie McCook. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Hi, my name's Corey, and I'm here at Orsini's in beautiful Martinsburg, West Virginia. We no longer specialize in only appliances. We have kitchen design, countertops, cabinets, flooring, and even a new 1,200 square foot sleep studio with brands such as Stearns & Foster, Sealy, and Tempur-Pedic. 304-267-7251, 360 Heck Wilson Way in Martinsburg. We price match the big box stores, and we give back to our local community.
Orsini's.com. A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning, or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
Nothing goes better with football than chicken. From Pee Wee to the big boys to the wing T formation, a hearty meal of 12 pieces for just $9 is just what the boys need to be at their best. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Omaha!
Rock's 12 pieces of chicken, just $9.
Welcome back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. Our conversation brought to you by Parsons Ford. They became number one by making you number one first. Now joined by Rams head coach Ernie McCook. Coach, kind of a slow start against Millersville last week, but you guys were able to pull away. What did you kind of take away from that game?
Well, the weather coming out of the locker room was pretty serious. You know, I've never seen it rain that hard, and to try and get our team started, and you know, with the weather being on the road, there were some operational things in the officiating that kind of threw us off, got us out of sync. But once we settled in and realized what we needed to do to be successful, I think our kids did a nice job adjusting, handling the adversity, and finding a way to win a football game.
Do you think kind of winning ugly says something that your team, how talented your team is, because of the ability to kind of win that game a little bit uglier than most of them have been?
Our defense was one play away from shutting them out. We ran the ball 56 times for over 250 yards. That's a beautiful win for me. There is no such thing as an ugly win in football.
Right.
One thing I've realized over the 30 years of coaching I have, we better appreciate when we have an opportunity to win a ball game. Were there things we'd like to have done differently? Obviously. Would we like to come out of the locker room clicking? Obviously. But I think the way our kids played an entire 60 minutes and finished the ball game and handled the adversity is a credit to them and who they are.
You mentioned the rushing attack in that going. That's kind of been gearing up throughout the season. Ronnie Brown's really starting to find his way in the offense, but also Chance Schwartz is kind of a short yardage back. What do you think that 1-2 punch gives your offense, especially as it gets colder, it gets rainier, and you kind of have to rely more on the run?
Well, we feel very confident in all our running backs, and they are all different. Even when Ty Hebron's back, and Chance, and Ronnie, and Yvonne Holly has stepped up and had some quality carries for us. But I got to say, it's all behind the big boys. You know, the O-line's done a tremendous job. They have a mindset. They want to run the football. They want to be a physical group. So the combination of the running backs, the O-line, the tight ends, the fullbacks, all being in sync together, it gives us the ability to run the football. And the great thing about it, Millersville knew we were going to try and run the football. They knew we wanted to run the football, and we were still able to do it. So hats off to those kids in those position groups.
We talked about kind of a slow start for your offense, but I mean, your defense really kept them in check, and only about 150 yards I think they had in total offense. So what was it about your defense do you think allowed them to be so successful on Saturday?
You know what? They played great assignment football. They ran to the football. They tackled well. They were well prepared, and they played with great energy and effort. I thought our defensive coaches did a great job preparing the team all week. They weren't surprised by anything, and I think our defense handled the weather very well.
And then this week, a Westchester team comes in here at 5-2. You guys are tied in the East Division right now for second. So what kind of challenge do they provide?
You know, Westchester is a really historic, great football program for the history of Division II. It's a great team coming out of Philadelphia, runs the ball extremely well. Their defense is tremendous. It's a well-coached football team with a lot of really good football players. I think we've got a tough challenge ahead of us. We've got to do a good job this week in our preparation, and we've got to come out on Saturday and execute in all three phases.
And then homecoming as well on Saturday. So what does that kind of add to the game this week?
Yeah, it's always special when we have a big ball game and we have a packed house. And I think one of the things I always believe about here, we've got the best small college environment in Division II, and to add the homecoming festivities to it, it's going to be a lot of fun for our fans. And hopefully we'll find a way to win this ball game, and it'll be a lot of fun for our team afterwards.
All right, Coach, thank you so much. Good luck on Saturday. That will do it for this portion of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show, brought to you by Parsons Ford. They became number one by making you number one first.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast, and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
Ever try to collect on an insurance claim? Perhaps a homeowner's claim, auto accident, or fire. Insurance companies collect money from you for protection should something bad happen. And when it does, they don't want to pay, or they offer too little. At Mansion Ferretti, we have an attorney who worked defending insurance companies and knows all the dirty tricks they play to deny or lowball your claim. Call us today for help in getting what you really deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Over? It's not over until we say it's over. Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? No!
After an eternity in the cold trenches filled with the sinew of flesh,
When the going gets tough, the tough get going.
men have to dig down deep and grab a hold of anything they can for motivation. Rock's Coffee, a great pick-me-upper.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Welcome back to Ram Stadium on the campus of Shepherd University. Nick Verzley, Travis Smith here. Happy to have you with us on the the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. W. Harley Miller Systems providing custom integration services like home and office automation, home theater, networking, audio video distribution, and more. Phone 304-350-1931 or visit whmsystems.com. Travis, we look at this matchup, and we'll talk more about Shepherd so far this year, coming in with a 6-1 record, and that one slip up to Kutztown. But I mean, especially the past 2 weeks, it's been some good performances. Had some struggles last week, but overall, we're really effective, able to put up some points, and the defense has really stepped up for the Rams the past few weeks.
And that was something that the Rams struggled with early on in the season. They were giving up at a stretch over 28 points per game. And that's going to be difficult. That's putting a lot of pressure on your offense to really overperform week in and week out. Now, this Shepherd Rams offense has no problems putting up points, but as you look back to last week, sometimes the weather isn't going to cooperate with you. Sometimes the other team is going to have a good defense. So you really can't rely or really put your offense in a position where they're having to score over 30-plus points a game. It's nice to know that you have that option, if it's a grinded-out, nip-and-tuck type of game, that your defense can stand tall and help you win a close game. And last week, the defense was absolutely suffocating. They were going up against a Millersville team that had just given up a ton of sacks. Although, credit to Millersville, they were able to make some adjustments and get the quarterback out of danger for the most part, but still, the hurries and the hits, they really harassed the quarterback last week and really didn't give him a chance to settle in. Only scoring that one offensive touchdown, and that was kind of a sneaky little play there at the end. A lot of people it was almost guys walking off the field. Millersville chucks up a touchdown at the end of the game. But that defense was absolutely stifling last week. That's something that you like seeing emerge as the season goes along. You just want to have your team playing their best football in all three phases the closer you get to the end of the season.
Yeah, only about 160 yards of total offense for Millersville in the game last week, so it was a struggle for the Marauders, and the Rams defense did hold up well, and we know they have the offensive capabilities to put up points. And one thing that was interesting about last week's game was they really didn't get their receivers involved, in particular Ryan Beach, who's been kind of the guy that gets the offense going. So you don't expect that to work every week, but obviously last week a lot of guys stepped up in replace of guys like Beach and Gonteric not really making a whole lot of plays out there, wide receiver. So that certainly helped the Rams.
You mentioned Beach. The redshirt sophomore has had a monster season so far. 47 catches for 559 yards and 8 touchdowns. But looking back to last week's game, only 1 catch for 3 yards. And as we've seen, it doesn't matter how much talent that this Shepherd Rams offense has in a variety of positions. Ryan Beach really seems to be the catalyst for that Rams offense. So when he's able to go out there and have a big game, it really opens things up for everybody else as far as Wetzel and Gonteric, even the run game. So Ryan Beach, a young player, one of the newest additions to this Rams offense, but he certainly seems to be a player that gets the ball rolling for that entire offensive group.
One area where the Rams would like to see improvement, probably the special teams unit. We're giving up a kick return against Shippensburg, a blocked field goal return against Kutztown, and then obviously last week the block punt resulting in an early touchdown for Millersville. So special teams a key today, I think, heading in to this game for the Rams. And what's it kind of take to clean up those special teams errors, Travis?
Just focus. That's all it is. I'm sure that they probably worked on it during practice, just trying to identify some of the breakdowns that they're having. And you look at that punting unit, they don't get used a lot during the game. They don't punt the ball that much. So it's something where they're not getting a lot of reps in live game situations, and that's just hard to duplicate on the practice field, is getting that live rush, because one, you don't want to risk your players getting hurt, and you're just not going to have the intensity or that speed that you're going to have during the game. So it's tough. You're kind of thrown into a baptism of fire when you're out there trying to get things fixed on the fly in the middle of a game. But it's certainly something that they're going to have to clean up going forward, because they're not going to be able to give away possessions like that as their competition is going to start to ramp up, especially if they want to play in the postseason.
All right, we'll take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll go in the huddle with Rams wide receiver Josh Gontarek, and then inside stuff with B-Ruff returns this week. We'll hear from Brandon and one of his teammates as well. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Welcome back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. This is In the Huddle, brought to you by the Ameris Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors John Everson and Phil McCoy. Call Ameriprise Financial Services at 304-263-4343 or stop by their offices at 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg.
We now go in the huddle with Rams wide receiver Josh Gontarek. Josh, kind of a rough week for the passing attack against Millersville last game due to the weather, I presume was a big part of that. How do you guys kind of adjust to that when things aren't necessarily going for you guys offensively early on?
Thank goodness we can rely on our O-line to block it up and get the job done so we can run the ball. Like you said, it wasn't ideal, the weather. When we came out pregame, it was nice and sunny, hot, and then when we went back in the locker room, came back out, and it was pouring down rain, so that did definitely alter our plan a little bit. As you know, we pass the ball a lot. But, yeah, like I said, our linemen and our running backs, they got the job done.
Transferring here from Shippensburg, what's it been like to make this adjustment over to Shepherd?
It's actually, I'm really glad I'm here. The level of competition is a lot higher here, I would say, and people keep me on my toes, so great to be here.
You mentioned the level of competition. I mean, you guys have about 4 or 5 wide receivers that can be on the field at any time and make big plays for you guys. So what's that like, kind of being in a room like that with so much talent?
It's just great. I can look to the left and right and expect this guy to get it done. And like I said, they just hold me to a higher standard, and it's great.
Do you take anything away from them, maybe just working out with them or working with them, that you're able to learn from them, or you're able to give some pointers to them?
Oh yeah, definitely. With I'm kind of the old head in the group, so I got a little more experience, and they come to me, ask me a few things, and I also, them being younger, and they teach me some few things as well. So it's just we just bounce ideas back and forth, and just make us better and better.
You and offense coordinator Jesse Carell go back to Shippensburg. What was that part of your decision to make the transition to Shepherd?
Yeah, definitely. He's stuck with me for some years now. So I've known Jesse Carell, Coach Carell, for a while now, and he definitely swayed my decision. And then the team, Shepherd being a winning team, that was easy to make the decision.
And obviously playing with a quarterback like Tyson Bajan doesn't hurt either, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
What does he do for you guys in terms of his ability to spread the ball around and make a lot of big plays?
Just his leadership. His leadership is remarkable. I've played with good quarterbacks and that kind of have the same talent as Tyson, but his leadership just puts him in the next level. He's able to, he always knows when somebody has a question, he'll almost answer it before you even ask. It's just great to have that, somebody to point you in the right direction.
So this week, homecoming, big game too against Westchester. What have you seen out of them so far, and what will be some keys offensively for you guys?
So Westchester, I'm familiar with the program. They always have a pretty good squad, and we're just going to stick to our game, not really do anything different. Just keep mastering our plan and our game, and we're hard to beat. So.
All right, that does it for In the Huddle with Rams wide receiver Josh Gontarek. We'll be back with more on the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood and Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk. See dealer for details.
Nothing goes better with football than chicken. From Pee Wee to the big boys to the wing T formation, a hearty meal of 12 pieces for just $9 is just what the boys need to be at their best. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Omaha!
Rock's 12 pieces of chicken, just $9.
Welcome back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. This is Inside Stuff with B-Ruff, and today I'm with A.J. Apple, the sophomore running back out of Pennsylvania. A.J., how has it been in the new role with the offense, and a growing role, actually, getting more touches this year?
It's been good, being able to grow and still learn, get more experience, get in the game, get more touches, like you said. It's been good.
Yeah, and have any of the older running backs or any of the older offensive players helped you, like, learning the playbook and just knowing the cues and everything?
Ty Hebron, he's helped a lot since I've been here. Even past guys like Deontay Glover helped a lot, learning roles and things like that.
Yeah, so being out of Pennsylvania, is there anything that you've taken with you from home to here? Anything mentality, anything?
Nothing really. More of like just learning in different places and like being able to experience a different place than what I'm used to.
Right.
And yeah.
Right. And what are some running backs, or not even running backs, any type of players that you look up to in the league, growing up and even now?
Actually, now probably like Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Like the way he runs, his run style. Growing up, probably Marshawn Lynch more too.
So is that how you would describe your game? More of a downhill running back, not really juking?
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool, man. Any influences from back home or anywhere? Growing up, mother, family, anything?
Pretty much just my father. He's always pushed me to be better and showed me this game, and like it's the reason why I love this game. So.
Right. Is he the one that put you in football?
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything that you want to say to anybody, family, friends, anything?
Not really. Just. Big one this week, homecoming, come out and support the Rams.
Thank you guys for tuning in to Inside Stuff. Now back to the pregame.
Hi, this is Talk Radio WR and TV10's Rob Mario. My family first stayed at La Bella Vita at Deep Creek Lake in Maryland several summers ago, and we've gone back every summer since. La Bella Vita is owned by Martinsburg residents who've meticulously decorated and furnished this amazing mountaintop vacation home with breathtaking lake views that is only 2 hours away, featuring 5 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms, a fireplace, a large family room with an 85-inch TV, a hot tub, and multiple decks. There's lots more of the La Bella Vita experience to enjoy, including Deep Creek Lake itself, a 3,900-acre lake with 69 miles of shoreline. It's a great combination, and it's waiting for you. So take it from somebody who's been there multiple times. You are going to love staying at La Bella Vita at Deep Creek Lake. For more information, visit the Facebook page or contact Tailor Made Deep Creek Vacations and Sales, or call 301-750-2182.
Welcome back to Rams Stadium in Shepherdstown, West Virginia, as the Shepherd University Rams getting ready to take on the Westchester Golden Rams. Nick Verzolini, Travis Smith here on the pregame show. Matt Miller, Donald Kinney, and Harry Brown, our cameraman, and of course Spencer Dupuis, our executive producer. And then back in the studio, Colin McLaughlin, keeping us on the air and online. Travis, let's talk a little bit more about this Westchester team, starting with the offense. Quarterback Shane Dooley and Desmond Johnson should also get some reps out there, but this is a run-heavy team. We talked about that a little bit earlier. Don't really use a whole lot of their wide receivers or their tight ends a ton. So, I mean, obviously a key for Westchester today, they have to get that ground game established and kind of keep Shepherd off the field if they want to keep this game close.
And more to the point, they're going to have to be able to run the ball effectively on first down. That's going to keep them out of predictable down and distances, and that's something that Shepherd defense is really good at, putting you in those spots and taking advantage of you when they put you in those type of spots. So it's going to be important for Westchester to be able to run the ball effectively on first down. You mentioned Shane Dooley, the redshirt freshman, 6'1", 205 pounds, and this season, not bad. He's been efficient with the ball as far as passing it. He's completed 54% of his passes. Nothing is going to jump off the page at you. 795 yards so far, 10 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, so you do like the fact that he's able to protect the ball. Then you look over to what he's able to do with his legs. 49 carries for 210 yards, so a respectable 4.2 yards per carry. So it's something where, A, he's going to be able to run the ball quite a few times during the course of a game, and he's going to be able to get you some good yards when he's able to do it. He also has 2 rushing touchdowns, with his longest this season coming last week for 22 yards. So he is a player that has the type of mobility that can pick up some chunk plays if you're not paying attention to him. So it may be something where, although I believe Shepherd does have the speed on the defensive side of the ball where they can play him honestly, but it might be something where they have to assign a spy just to make sure that they're taking away his option to pull the ball down and run with it.
All right, Travis, let's get your keys to the game for both teams. Start with the visitors, the Westchester Golden Rams.
All right, we've touched on some of them. The big one, winning on first down as far as the running game. You want to try to avoid putting your quarterback in a difficult and predictable down and distance situation. You don't want to give that type of advantage to that Rams defense. Also, they're going to need big plays on special teams. And one person you can look to that's going to probably supply those plays is going to be Phil Pokey. So it's going to be interesting to see how Shepherd's going to be able to handle him. When they met in 2019, that Shepherd team actively avoided kicking him the ball. And Phil Pokey's only improved since then, so it's going to be curious to see how he's able to impact things on the special team side of things. Also, for the Westchester defense, they're going to have to really rally and tackle well today in space, not allow run after catch. That's something that makes this Rams offense so dangerous, is what they're able to do after they get the ball in their hands, make a couple guys miss, and make big plays after that. And also another thing, we touched on it, they're going to have to pressure the quarterback. They're going to have to get after Tyson Bagent. Coming into today's game, they have 30 sacks. They're going to need a big performance from their front seven this week to really pressure Tyson Bagent, get him off platform, and make him go to those check down passes.
And it's hard to kind of call a 25-point win a rough outing, but it was a rough outing for the Shepherd University Rams last week against Millersville. So what are some keys to the game for them?
One, I think it's going to be very important, getting Ryan Beach involved early and often, whether they use quick screens, some type of jet sweep, something where they're getting the ball in his hands and getting him into a rhythm early on, because he really seems to open up things for the entire Rams offense. Also, it's going to be important for the Shepherd Rams to lean on that power run game for some balance on the offensive side of the ball, make the Westchester defense play it honestly. Also, the Rams are going to have to protect the quarterback. You really don't want that defense getting their hands on your star quarterback in Tyson Bagent. And also, they're going to have to play clean on special teams. That means no bobbled balls, no missed assignments, not giving Westchester a chance to get big plays, points, and momentum coming off of a special teams miscue. So just clean special teams going to be very important for the Shepherd Rams today.
All right, we get ready for the opening kickoff, brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, promote, protect. They're at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. Call 304-263-5131. As we get ready for kickoff, Westchester will kick it deep to Shepherd. The Rams will receive the opening kickoff. And we are underway here from Rams Stadium. Ball field about a yard deep in the end zone, across the 20. And still on his feet and then brought down at around the 21-yard line goes Zane Lewis, the kick returner for Shepherd, and the Rams offense is back out on the field, or on the field for the first time today, led by quarterback Tyson Bajan.
Ronnie James in on the tackle for Westchester, the 6'1", 185-pound sophomore out of Glassboro, New Jersey.
Shepherd with a lot of turnovers last week, in particular some interceptions in the game, and the weather playing a factor. The weather much better today for the Rams homecoming. Pretty good crowd here on the Shepherd side. Not a whole lot of Westchester fans in attendance as we get ready for the first play from scrimmage. Bajan takes the snap, looking to throw to open up this game. Looking deep down the middle of the field for Josh Gonteric, and he just couldn't make the catch as he dived out, made a good effort, but couldn't quite haul that one in, and that would have been a great way to start this game for Shepherd, but luckily for Westchester, just in and out of his hands.
That time, Shepherd able to get the matchup that they wanted. They had Gonteric on free safety, Jordan Burney. Gonteric was just able to roll right past him.
Burney more of a hitter than a coverage guy, a third on the team in tackles entering today's ball game as Bajan takes this snap, throws far side, complete, but not much room there. Hitting Gonteric on the reception, and it looks like Jackson Taylor coming over there to make that tackle.
And again, that's what you want for that Westchester team. You're going to give up catches. That's just going to happen. Just the talent on the offensive side of the ball for your opponent today. You're not going to be able to deny them the ball, but what you're going to have to do is rally to the football and get tackles in space.
3rd down and 7 for the Rams. Bajan throws again. Slings it over the middle, complete to Ryan Beach around the 34-yard line.
Oscar Aduma in on the tackle. 6'1", 195-pound redshirt freshman.
Short of the first down, so the Rams will be forced to punt a 3-and-out. And Travis, I mean, it was a little bit interesting there. We talked about the run game starting to get going for Shepherd a little bit, but on these first few plays, all passes and a good job by the Westchester defense to keep it in front of them.
Well, you know coming into today's game that Tyson Bajan was itching to pull the trigger. Like you mentioned, having 3 interceptions last week, not able to have a high completion percentage. So he really wanted to get things going early. Only completed 48% of his passes last week. So I think it was something more to just go ahead and let Tyson Bajan kind of let his hair down early on. But I agree with you. Shepherd's going to have to use the run game today. They're going to have to play balanced. That Westchester defense, so far, up to the challenge. They've been rallying to the football, playing well, and you know that they can pressure the quarterback. So you want to try to make them play you honest, and that's just going to help and open up things for the Shepherd offense.
Deshaun Seals hauling in that fair catch at the 42-yard line, and Westchester will start here 1st down and 10 in the pistol formation. Dooley, the quarterback, they'll hand it off on 1st down, and Shepherd does a nice job of stringing that one up. Pena coming up and making that tackle along with Frankie Stevens. Jaden McKenzie on that carry, no gain, or a loss of 1 actually.
And Kyle Smith that time did a good job. Didn't necessarily come away with the tackle, but he did his job. He was able to string the play out, really caused a traffic jam up front, and not giving McKenzie a lane to hit. And that Rams defense certainly can rally to the football. Just the team speed, particularly early in games, is very impressive for that Shepherd Rams defensive unit.
2nd and 12 from the 40 after the 2-yard loss. Pokey now the back to the left of Dooley. He'll throw. Dooley pump fakes, dumps it down on the screen pass to Pokey. Pokey, nice shoulder. McDade ducks him out of bounds here on the near side. Chris Lane involved on that play as well. It'll be 3rd down.
Good job that time by Tyron McDade coming up. He was able to sniff out the screen and get a good shot on the running back. Wasn't able to take him down, but slowed him down just enough for the cavalry to come over and push him out of bounds. And again, well, first time today, see how this Westchester offense is going to handle a 3rd and long situation. This is something that they need to avoid during today's game because the Rams defense very good at playing down and distance.
Get back to that original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and 10 for Westchester. Dooley to throw again. Has some time. Now Kyle Smith chasing after him. And coming up and making the sack is Chris Lane back at the 30-yard line. That's a great job by Smith to get some pressure initially, and then Lane coming on that delayed blitz, Travis, to blow that play up.
And that was more of a coverage sack than anything. That Rams defensive unit did an excellent job on the back end of just sticking like Velcro to those wide receivers. Dooley not wanting to force it or make any mistakes early on, just try to do too much with the ball, and Chris Lane was able to gobble up turf and take him down in the backfield.
So it'll be 4th and 23. The Golden Rams will punt. No score first quarter, 11:55 to go in this opening quarter. Shepherd brings pressure on the punt, nearly get there. It's a high kick. Gonteric will field it at the 34-yard line.
And the referee's signaling that it's not going to be a roughing or running into the kicker because the ball was tipped.
Yeah, and Westchester furious about no flag on that play.
Bill Swan doing his best to try to lobby with the referees, but they're having none of it.
Kind of interesting. The Rams going for a block there instead of setting up a return. Hebron the back here on 1st and 10 to the right of Bajent. Run up the middle. Hebron out to the 40-yard line. And Stilley's helmet coming off, the center for Shepherd.
Looked like Naeem Jones in on the tackle, the 5'11", 190-pound junior coming up from his defensive back position.
Hebron remains the back here on 2nd down and 4. Bajent with a 2 receiver set. Michael McCook also in the game at the H-back formation. They'll throw it to E.J. Morgan on the quick pass, and he gets close to that 1st down marker.
Bernie
right at the 45.
Early nominee for the Cody's Body Shop Collision of the Game, brought to you by Cody's Body Shop, located at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. You can give them a call at 304-901-4777, or you can check them out on Facebook.
3rd down and 1 for the Rams. 11:05 to go and counting in this opening quarter. No score between Shepherd and Westchester. Bajent in the pistol formation. Hebron the back, right behind him. They'll give it to Hebron. Hebron, big hole up the middle into Westchester territory, stumbling his way down to about the 41-yard line. It's a nice run.
Absolutely. You know, Hebron is anxious to get back out on the field. Got knocked out early in that Shippensburg game after a big hit. Hasn't been in the Rams lineup the past couple of weeks, but this is his first action back in front of the Shepherd Rams faithful, and he's looking to put on a show today.
2 tight end set, but they're both out wide, and Walker and Wetzel. 1st down and 10 from the 42. It's a 4 receivers total. They'll throw a quick screen to Jonathan Moss. Moss has the catch inside the 40 and brought down on the far side.
Naeem Jones in again on the tackle. An unusual defensive look by Westchester. They have 3 down linemen, 1 walk-up backer. Then it's hard to distinguish your linebackers from your defensive backs. So if it's difficult to see from our vantage point, it's going to be difficult for the quarterback to also pick out who's going to be covering who and what responsibility each one of those players have. They all have a very similar size, tall and rangy.
Westchester player down on the play. Walking off on his own power is Rodney, or I'm sorry, that's not Rodney Dorsey. That is Naeem Jones, the defensive back for Westchester. 2nd down and 5 for the Rams from the 36. Hebron the back to the right of Bajent. $10-10 to go. Bajent we're going to throw underneath, complete to Ryan Beach. Beach inside the 30-yard line. Wrapped up quickly.
Obi Anyatanwu in on the tackle. The 6'1", 195-pound sophomore. One of the standouts in that Westchester secondary. Has 6 pass breakups coming into today's game.
Anyatanwu, the Central York High School graduate, in on that play, the sophomore. First down and 10 for the Rams from the 26. Bajent gives to Hebron. He's running hard. Hebron inside the 20, inside the 10, gets a nice block and will go into the end zone for the touchdown. Shepherd Rams. 6-0 Shepherd with 9:28 to go in this first quarter. Hebron just ran a man over on that.
I think that's going to be my nominee for Cody's Body Shop collision of the game. That time, Anya Tanwu came out on the wrong end of that tackle as Hebron was just able to truck him on the side and take it in for the touchdown.
August Scriven on to attempt the point after for the Rams with a 6-0 lead, 9:28 to go in this first quarter, and August Scriven's extra point is good. 7-0 Shepherd, 9:28 to go in this first quarter. We're back in 60 seconds. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV 10.
Hi, this is Talk Radio WRNR and TV10's Rob Mario. My family first stayed at La Bella Vita at Deep Creek Lake in Maryland several summers ago, and we've gone back every summer since. La Bella Vita is owned by Martinsburg residents who've meticulously decorated and furnished this amazing mountaintop vacation home with breathtaking lake views that is only 2 hours away, featuring 5 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms, a fireplace, a large family room with an 85-inch TV, a hot tub, and multiple decks. There's lots more of the La Bella Vita experience to enjoy, including Deep Creek Lake itself, a 3,900-acre lake with 69 miles of shoreline. It's a great combination, and it's waiting for you. So take it from somebody who's been there multiple times. You are going to love staying at La Bella Vita at Deep Creek Lake. For more information, visit the Facebook page or contact Tailor Made Deep Creek Vacations and Sales or call 301-750-2182.
Rams Stadium here at Shepherd University. The Rams leading now 7-0 with 9:28 to go in this first quarter. A 66-yard drive capped off by the Ty Hebron touchdown run. I almost said Ronnie Brown because that's who I've been saying the past few weeks, as Brown has done a nice job. But that scoring drive summary brought to you by 61st District Delegate Jason Barrett, Trusted Leadership, Real Solutions, as they'll take this kick out with Pokey across the 15, out to about the 20-yard line before a host of Rams come up and make that tackle. Looks like Josh Polson there for the Rams, along with a few others. So Westchester back on the field, Travis, and not the best first drive of the game, obviously being sacked on third down. And this is a team that, like we said earlier, I mean, they're going to want to run that football and get ahead of the chains, and kind of went behind the chains early on with a negative play early in the drive.
And credit Kyle Smith with that. Although he's only 210 pounds, he's very stout against the run, was able to string that play out. The defense was able to rally. And again, you get behind the chains against this Rams defense, and that's when you really see that defensive group begin to shine.
Pokey the back here on 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. And we'll have, looks like, illegal motion or some penalty against the against the Westchester offense. I'll go delay of game on that, so back it up. And again, you can't get behind the chains, as we just said.
Can't do it. You get in a predictable down and distance. That's going to be an advantage to any defense. But this Rams defense is particularly geared towards that, to put you in those predictable down and distance situations, because they have ball hawks on the back end. So when you have to start throwing it around the yard, you're really playing with fire.
1st and 15 from the 15. They'll give it to Pokey. Pokey running left to the outside, gets across the 25-yard line, and Ponce de Leon in there to make the tackle.
Flag on the play as he ran off the left side. Kind of a zone look, very similar to a zone run that you would see from the Shepherd Rams, but usually in the area of holding. And again, not the way you want to start a drive. You start off with a delay of game.
A delay of game on the first play of the drive, too, is something you really can't have, because it doesn't really make much sense. You know, you just ran onto the field. You probably already knew the play heading into the huddle. It's like, how does that really happen? And then, you know, a holding, I mean, those are going to happen occasionally. So now you're backed up here pretty bad. It should be about 1st and 25, I believe.
So now you're not even really concerned about trying to move the ball. You're just trying to get out of the shadow of your own goal line.
Yeah, and try to set up, either a better punt or, if you can, obviously first down, you have some plays to work with to potentially get the first, but best case scenario, or kind of the middle point would be, getting out of this own end zone and at least flipping the field a little bit. So they'll run again here with Pokey. Pokey dancing in the backfield. Gets across the 13-yard line, and Juwan Addison in there on the tackle.
And Pokey, just a tremendous athlete and just really getting his sea legs under him, so to speak, as far as playing football. When he initially went to college, he went to UVA to play lacrosse, where he was able to get some playing time, but then he opted for a change of scenery and a change of sport. Came to Westchester to play some football, and it just has had a whale of a season so far for the Golden Rams.
2nd and 17 for Westchester. Dooley under pressure. Kyle Smith nearly got there. The official got knocked down. Dooley throws a floater out there. Incomplete. He wanted Pokey around the 30-yard line.
McDade and Ponce de Leon there to deny him that pass, and Dooley showing his mobility, but it wasn't something where he was trying to run the ball. He was running for his life, trying to avoid that safety. And there was a collision in the middle of the field. Pokey ran into a wide receiver. They were supposed to be running some type of crossing pattern over the middle. Somebody's depth got messed up, and it kind of threw off the timing of the play, and it was just almost enough for those Rams defensive front players to get a sack, almost a safety.
Luckily, that official is okay because he got clocked. He pretty much got sacked on that play. Dooley looking to throw under pressure, has to step up and run, and hurtling around the 15-yard line. It's like Robinson in there along with Pena kind of forced him up as well, and Westchester will be forced to punt here on 4th down.
And that was something that we saw during that Shippensburg game where Bryson Messina was really seeing the rush. He's not so much looking downfield when he's scrambling around. He's looking at those defenders trying to take him down. And as a quarterback, that's just something that you can't do. That defensive unit is too good. You're going to have to take your shots when they present themselves. You cannot look at the rush.
John George, the punt. It's a low snap. It's blocked by the Rams. And they're going to pick it up at around the 11. Cut it back to the 5, and the Rams will have great field position here. It's Terrell Lindsay with the recovery off the block, and the Rams are set up now in deep Westchester territory.
And Lindsay's my nominee for Orsini's Home Store Electrifying Play of the Game. It's brought to you by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer. Located on 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg. You can check them out online at orsinis.com.
So it'll be 1st down and goal from the 2. And we talked about how special teams needed to step up. They provided some good pressure on the first punt. That time they get the block and set up the Rams perfectly here at 1st and goal from the 2. Ronnie Brown the back, not Chance Schwartz in this situation. Michael McCook in there as well. Josh Pulse, the big receiver, to the far side. Greg Leonard to the near. The officials kind of cleaning something up here between the line judge and the head referee. 7-0 Shepherd, 7:43 to go in this opening quarter. The Rams right on the doorstep of extending that lead after the blocked punt.
And this is money time for Michael McCook. Already has 3 touchdowns on the season. Had 2 big catches last week. That kind of messed up his average. He only wants to catch touchdowns. And this is prime time down for him here deep in the red zone. Does a good job of just slipping out of the backfield. Defenses lose track of him, and he's a sure-handed receiver out of the backfield.
And you got to be aware of him here. McCook, again, he's lined up to the left side in the H-back position on 1st and goal from the 2. Brown the back to the left of Bajent. 2 receivers set, and Leonard and Pulse. Bajent takes the snap, he'll throw again. Steps up, floater toward Greg Leonard, but it's incomplete. Good coverage on the play by Westchester's Kendall Singleton. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Singleton, 5'10", 175-pound senior from Philadelphia, PA. Played his high school ball at Archbishop Wood.
7:38 to go in this first quarter. The Rams, again, 2nd down and goal from the 2-yard line. Bajent in the shotgun formation. McCook Now in more of a fullback spot with Ronnie Brown to the right of Bajent here on 2nd and goal. Bajent giving, he keeps it himself, dives for the end zone, and he's in. Touchdown, Shepherd. 13-0 now with 7:32 to go in this first quarter.
And McCook lining up a little bit deeper in the backfield that time, not quite at a wing position because he was responsible for that kick-out block on the backside. So Bajent able to ride that zone read fake across his face going to the left. He pulls it, runs to the right, cuts right inside that kick-out block by McCook, and he's able to punch it in. He takes a hard shot on the goal line, but I really think he wanted that touchdown run in the books for him. He really wanted to get that one in for that Rams offense.
Don't really see a ton of read options with Tyson Bajent in near the goal line, but it works out there for the Rams to give them the 13-0 lead. August Scriven's extra point is up and good. 14-0 Shepherd, 7:32 to go in this first quarter. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV 10.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk. See dealer for details.
Welcome back to Ram Stadium. 14-0 Shepherd, 7:32 to go in this first quarter. It's a two-play, 2-yard drive capped off by the Tyson Bajent touchdown run. That brought to you by 61st District Delegate Jason Barrett. Trusted leadership, real solutions. And the Rams will kick it away, and obviously not the start Westchester wanted here on the road on a homecoming, and also not doing anything after the kick will roll into the end zone for a touchback. But penalties on that last drive really the key. I mean, that essentially set up the block and then eventually the touchdown for Shepherd.
Because as an offensive play caller, when you're backed up to your own goal line, you're in handcuffs. You're really limited as far as what you can call, things that you can look. I mean, you're really just put in a difficult spot of just doing pretty much what the defense really already knows what you're going to try to do. So that's just a tough spot to get out of. And we mentioned this offense has no problem scoring points, but you really can't put yourself in a hole like that and expect to have success against this Shepherd Rams defense.
Pass attempt, Dooley sheds off the sack. Now under pressure and throws it away. And again, the Rams are coming this afternoon. DeLeon in on that backfield, applying the pressure.
And again, the pressure has been immediate in the face of Dooley. All it was a play action pass, and there was a defender, boom, right in his face. He had to pull it down. He was able to get outside the pocket. He had a wide receiver kind of in the area, so they were able to avoid an intentional grounding, but it was going to be close.
2nd and 10 from the 25. Dooley will hand off to McKenzie. McKenzie gets a nice hole across the 30, fighting off tacklers, and has the first down of the game for Westchester. Eventually brought down by DeLeon.
That was just power.
Yeah.
Just pure power. There was a little crease. He was able to put his foot in the ground, get north and south, stumble through the line, puts his hand down. So not only can the big fella take it to the house, he also has great balance and vision and able to pick up a hard-earned first down for the Westchester Golden Rams.
1st and 10 from the 39. As we roll under 7 minutes to go in this first quarter. Dooley throws quickly, complete on the far side, inside or across the 40-yard line goes Rasheem James on the reception, the senior.
James coming off of a big game last week versus East Stroudsburg. He had 4 catches for 83 yards and a touchdown. Pena was in on the tackle.
This first quarter brought to you by on TV 10, Smallwood and Small Insurance, and Orsini's Home Stores. We have a second down and 5 with 6:18 to go. They'll run McKenzie to the outside, sheds off one tackler and gets out of bounds. Flag comes in as well. You wonder if this could maybe be a late hit.
That's going to be a late hit. I mean, although that does seem to be a very short, or I should say shallow sideline over on the Shepherd Rams side. Chris Lane tackles him outside of the white part on the side, and I don't know. You did a good job of stringing it out. I don't know why you would want to give them a chance to get extra yards on that play.
And for Westchester, this isn't good either. McKenzie kind of hobbling off, and he's been the spark that the Golden Rams have needed on this drive. So they'll go back to Pokey, who, again, is a solid running back, but McKenzie running with a lot of power. Hopefully for him, just something minor, and he can get back into this game. But now into Shepherd territory goes Westchester, as the Golden Rams now take over first down and 10 from the 37 of Shepherd. Dooley looking to throw, under some pressure. Steps up, avoids Robinson. Dooley's running for his life and gets sacked back at around the 39-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2. Ponce de Leon, keep saying his name because he's been all over the field early on in this game, Travis. He gets the sack, and we'll back him up to the 39, a loss of 2. It'll be 2nd and 12.
A tenacious play that time by Kyle Smith. Just giving chase the entire play. You see Kyle Smith, he's a little bit gassed after that play. That's something that a scrambling quarterback can do. They can wear out your defensive front. And the Rams' defensive front, they do a good job of rotating those players up front. They're undersized, so they have to keep a constant rotation to keep them fresh up front.
Pokey running to the outside and inside the 30-yard line. Pokey doing a nice job and
takes Ponce de Leon for a ride that time.
Seems like on this drive too, Shepherd having some trouble tackling, especially at that second level. Both running backs doing a nice job. McKenzie checking back in for Westchester here. First down and 10 from the 23.
Probably 2 of the better running backs that they faced so far this season.
Just about 5 minutes to go in this opening quarter. It's 14-0 Shepherd, but Westchester driving here. McKenzie the back here on first down and 10. They'll go McKenzie inside the 20, lowers the shoulder that time. Good job by Shepherd to rally to the football.
And Ponce de Leon in on it again. Just an all-around safety. Not only can he make plays in the passing game, but he's not shy to get up in the box and make some plays. Back in that 2019 season, had 5.5 tackles for a loss, so he's very comfortable playing in the box and being a force in the run game.
Still a 5-yard pickup, though, for Westchester. It'll be 2nd down and 5 from the 19-yard line.
It's quite a luxury to have 2 running backs like McKenzie and Pokey in the backfield, and now we see both of them in the backfield.
Dooley in the shotgun here. Pokey now goes out to the wide receiver position. Dooley looking to throw. Pump fakes, now rolls out to the right under some pressure again. Dumps it down underneath to McKenzie. McKenzie inside the 10. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Westchester. What a play by Jadin McKenzie, but a flag is down at around the 24-yard line, and we'll see if this stands.
I believe it's going to be possibly a roughing the passer call, as Dooley seems to be celebrating. And that time Antonio Fox tried to go low on McKenzie near the goal line, and McKenzie's like, that's fine, I'm going to the top floor anyway. He's able to flip in and get the touchdown. But you're starting to see how this Westchester...
And kind of the difference, too, between what we've seen in the past when quarterbacks have been under pressure against this against the Shepherd defense. Dooley keeping his eyes downfield, able to find McKenzie despite the pressure and still get that touchdown pass. So 14-6, 3:53 to go. And an extra point coming on for the Golden Rams and Sean Henry.
So maybe some jitters there early on for Dooley. He was looking at the rush early on, but he seems to have settled in. Also helps when you have 2 stud muffin running backs that you can hand the ball off to. That's going to help take some of that pressure off of you.
Henry's extra point is up and good, and Wessel did come in. So we'll see here who this goes against. So they're just going to re-kick here. So maybe the officials weren't ready or something, because I didn't really see a flag.
That's kind of messed up. You got to make him kick it all over again.
Yeah, now he gets blocked or something. Henry's extra point is still good. So it didn't really matter. 14-7, 3:53 to go in this opening quarter. We're back in 60 seconds. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV 10.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Welcome back to Rams Stadium, and I guess the roughing the passer gives the ball to Westchester now on the kickoff at midfield. So we'll see here maybe if Westchester pulls anything on this kickoff. It is a short kick, fair caught by the Rams around the 11-yard line. So it'll be tough field position here to begin this drive. Nick Virgilini, Travis Smith, happy to have you with us. Matt Miller, Donald Kinney, Harry Brown, and Spencer Dupuis, our crew on site. Back in the studio, Colin McLaughlin. 3:53 to go in this first quarter, 14-7. Our score, Shepherd leading Westchester.
That was an interesting decision. How are you? Oh, I guess, okay, I get it now. He called for the fair catch, and they move it up to the 25. I would say that was an interesting choice.
Right.
You get the ball much deeper off of the roughing the passer. You go for the pooch. Settles for the fair catch. Looks like they were going to get good field position, but I guess it counts the same as a touchback.
Yeah, essentially that new rule, and that was nearly intercepted, intended for Ryan Beach. But that rule that came in, I guess it was like 2 or 3 years ago, if you fair catch inside your own 20, it's an automatic touchback. It might even be inside the 25, but
try to get the ball to Beach on that last play, and Naeem Jones was Johnny on the spot, almost able to come away with the deflection.
2nd down and 10. The sun coming out here at Rams Stadium. Bajent in the shotgun formation. Bajent looking to throw again. Fires near side, complete. Jonathan Moss, but he is smacked immediately by Obi Anyatanwu coming in and making that hit.
Again, Westchester certainly read their scouting report coming into today's game. Really doing a good job of tackling in the open field and not allowing Shepherd to get that. Can't allow yards after the catch. That's something where this Rams offense really kicks it into high gear when they're able to make somebody miss and pick up some big yards afterwards.
6-yard pickup. It will be 3rd down and 4 for the Rams. Bajent sends Beach in motion, slings it incomplete, and now Shepherd will be forced to punt. They wanted Jonathan Moss, but pass kind of just wide. And
looks like there was a miscommunication on that where Bajent was expecting him to continue to run downfield, so it may have been something where there was an option route, and Bajent saw it one way and the receiver saw it another way. The result was a miscue, incomplete pass, 4th down, and now a punt coming up where the Rams have had some troubles.
Barrick will punt it away. Pokey and Seal standing back at their own 30-yard line for Westchester. Barrick sends a high kick. Seals will fair catch it at the 33-yard line, excuse me, and that's where Westchester will take over here with 2:54 to go in this first quarter. 14-7, Shepherd on top. Travis, and a chance here for Westchester to tie things back up. It looked bad early, but that last drive kind of responding and Now the defense gets a stop for you. You're back on the field quickly.
And all you got to do is go back to that touchdown play where they had the roughing the passer call. It was able to flip the field. The defense is able to hold up their end of the bargain. Now your offense gets the ball back in pretty good field position, the best field position that they've had so far today.
They'll turn around, keep it now with Dooley, and that didn't work out too well. He is brought down quickly by Holloway coming off the edge.
Rams all over that one. Good defense up front. Not falling for the play fake in the backfield. It looked like they wanted to run the play fake up front, do a quick screen out to the sideline, but the defense was right there denying him the ball. Looked like Isaiah Nixon was the man that denied him that pass out for the quick screen.
So ball moves up to the 35-yard line. 2nd down and 8 for Dooley in the offense. Dooley looking to throw. Throws complete for a first down. Fox coming in and making the tackle.
Seth Degree with the catch. 6 foot, 173-pound sophomore from Philadelphia. It looked like he plays much bigger. That time was able to run through a hard hit from Antonio Fox to pick up a couple extra yards after contact. But Westchester using a bunch formation, able to put a lot of pressure on that defense because you're not quite sure if those guys are going to cross path. How's that going to switch my responsibility? And Degree was able to settle down a soft spot in his own and pick up that first down.
It's a 12-yard pickup. Move the ball to the 47-yard line. 1st down and 10. Dooley sending his tight end in motion. Now turns around, gives it to Pokey, and Pokey has stuffed Kyle Smith and Ponce de Leon again in there. Those guys have been busy early on in this ball game as we roll down to about 1:20 to go in this first quarter. 14-7 Shepherd.
And that's something that Shepherd can do in this game because you're really not worried about what Westchester has out wide as far as wide receivers. So you can be really aggressive in how you cover them, and that's going to allow you to bring a safety down like Ponce de Leon and allow him to play in the box and really force their hand as far as the running game goes.
You see that here on this possession as De Leon more in the box. Fox, the lone guy over top. Dooley slings it out to the near side, complete. Nice juke, and there's De Leon again along with Frankie Stevens making the tackle. Completion to Rasheem James, the wide receiver, but he really didn't have much room, and it'll be 3rd down and about 10.
Ponce de Leon certainly ate his Wheaties this morning. We've been saying his name nonstop on the defensive side of the ball. Again, tough in the pass game, tough in the run game. One of the rare all-around safeties that you see playing in today's game.
3rd and about 9.5 here from the 48-yard line. Dooley trying to get him on the hard count. See if they let this play go, or, well, they have to snap it actually with 5 on the play clock and about 10 on the game clock. Dooley takes the snap under pressure again. Pass is tipped and incomplete. I think Holloway got that hand on that ball, and Westchester forced a punt. Good job by the Rams defense to get that stop after it looked like momentum could have flipped in Westchester's favor, but the Rams defense holds.
We talked about it coming into today's game. The Rams defense has really picked it up a notch, playing some suffocating defense in the past couple of weeks, and that time they needed to step up and answer the bell because it looked like Westchester kind of figured some things out on their previous drive. So again, Shepherd Rams defense standing tall.
Gonteric back deep. George's punt. High, kind of wobbly kick, rolling inside the 13-yard line. So it worked out. It didn't look pretty, but it worked out well for Westchester. That's the final play of the first quarter. Our score, Shepherd 14, Westchester 7. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
The right attorney can make all the difference in the outcome of your case.
I called Sutton and Janelle, the best lawyers you could ask for.
Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. 70 years of collective legal experience. Family law, criminal defense, DUI, personal injury, and mediation.
Sutton and Janelle got the most favorable outcome I could have expected.
Visit Sutton and Janelle's new historic location, 224 West King Street in Martinsburg. Online at suttonandjanelle.com. Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. They value your rights and are passionate about your success.
Welcome back to Shepherd University here at Rams Stadium. It's first down and 10 for the Rams after the punt. Second quarter beginning here. Rams backed up on their own 12-yard line. Bajent in the shotgun formation. Ty Hebron the back to the left of Bajent. Gonteric and Pulse the receivers here on first down. 10. Nick Verzolini, Travis Smith, happy to have you with us. Spencer Dupuis, Matt Miller, Harry Brown, our crew, and then Colin McLaughlin back in the studio. Bajent, play action, looking for Gonteric near side, complete, first down Rams.
Gonteric was quiet last week for that Rams offense.
Bernie in the coverage.
Actually did most of his damage on special teams. Had 5 punt returns for 52 yards and a long of 20. Only had 1 catch last week for 0 yards. I mean, they were trying to get him the ball, try to do a quick screen, and it was just something where the passing game wasn't going to work in those weather conditions.
Be about a yard short of the first down. Second down and 1. Bajent will give it to Hebron. Hebron, nice hole, has the first down across the 25-yard line, and a flag coming in here late. I think it's going to go against Westchester. I see kind of players holding each other back on the Westchester side of the field. Looks like Wyatt Smith along with A.J. Perez kind of talking things out.
Cole Zapp in on that tackle. One of the leading tacklers for this Golden Rams team. Last week had 5 tackles, 2 of those solo, a sack, 2 quarterback hurries, and 2 pass breakups last week in their win over East Stroudsburg.
It's going to go against the Rams. Not the golden ones either.
Just the regular Rams.
Yeah, just the regular old. We don't really know. I mean, blue and gold, so a little bit of gold.
But they're going to call unnecessary roughness on right tackle Joey Fisher.
So Rams backed up now after the penalty. I mean, you had a first down run, so they'll still have the first down, but they're back at where they started, the 12-yard line. First and 10 from the 12, with Bajent in the shotgun. Westchester shows blitz. Bajent throws complete over the middle to Alex Wetzel. He dives forward across the 15-yard line, about the 16.
Burning in on the tackle again. We've said his name a lot. Kind of playing similar to almost a rover, where it's kind of a hybrid between a linebacker and a safety.
I mean, you look at the Westchester stats, and they don't really use a whole lot of linebackers out on the field. Cole Zaft and Jackson Taylor, the main ones that get involved, and then they use a lot of their defensive backs.
Just a very unusual look. I really don't even know how you would characterize what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball.
Second and 7 from the 16. They'll give it to Hebron. Hebron, big hole. Hebron across the 30, 40. He's in a foot race. He's going to take this one all the way if he can outrun everybody, and he will. Touchdown, Shepherd. Ty Hebron has returned and has made his presence felt this afternoon at Rams Stadium. His second touchdown run of the game. It's 27 Shepherd with 13:25 to go in this second quarter.
Ty Hebron, my nominee for the electrifying play of the game, and it's brought to you by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer, located on 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg, or you can check them out online at orsinis.com. And again, Hebron able just to find a lane up the middle, made the one inside linebacker miss. After that, he was on the safety, and once he turned on the Jets, it was no question about it. Had great blocks downfield by Beach that really was able to spring him to take it all the way to the house.
Hayden August Scarron's extra point is good. I saw something very funny on the sideline down there, Travis. And it's 21-7, 13:25 to go in this first quarter. We're stepping aside for a quick 60-second break and then have more on TV 10.
Welcome to La Bella Vita, named for my Grandma Vita. Our mountaintop getaway honors her legacy while complementing the home's spectacular views. This recently renovated property boasts a breathtaking landscape of Deep Creek Lake while providing great open interior spaces for a sensational vacation. You'll immediately notice the great room allows for entertaining, dining, and relaxing after long days on the lake or skiing on the slopes of Wisp. Your family and friends will enjoy relaxing in all the open spaces. The home features 6 bedrooms, including 4 that are private suites. And each of the 4 levels of this home feature amazing visibility as far as the eye can see. Like our family, we hope you enjoy making memories here on the mountain. We love sharing the spacious, warm, and inviting home that overlooks the lake. Cheers to the beautiful life, La Bella Vita.
$13:25 to go. Ty Hebron with the big touchdown run of 84 yards, I believe you said, Travis. So the Rams now leading 21-7. Hebron's second touchdown run of the game. That scoring drive summary brought to you by 61st District Delegate Jason Barrett. Trusted leadership, real solutions. The Rams will kick it away here with Hayden August Scriven and 2 men back deep for Westchester. Kick going into the end zone. Pokey will field it about a yard deep. Pokey across the 10, across the 15, and banged down at around the 22-yard line.
Looks like Corey Shell in on the tackle.
But, I mean, we talked a lot about heading into this game how Ronnie Brown and Chance Schwartz have established themselves, and we weren't really sure, does Hebron even have a role in this offense? Well, Coach McCook going back to Hebron because, well, he knows he's got a lot of talent, and he has exploded in this first half. Already 2 touchdown runs, well over 100 yards, and gashing the defense for some big long runs. One of them a more physical run with lowering the shoulder and running a man over, and then that last one just breakaway speed.
You mentioned, and he's kind of a combination of Schwartz and Brown, where he has the power, and he also has that game breaker speed, and he also has good hands out of the backfield. It's a nice problem to have.
You can't ever have too many running backs or too many receivers. I feel like a lot of coaches would agree with that statement as they'll run the ball right. Stacked up, short yardage gain. Leave McKenzie on that carry. It'll be about a 2-yard pickup. He's second down and 8 from the 24-yard line.
The Rams going with a little bit more beef up front on this defensive series. They have Journey Dunbar up front, the 6', 290-pound sophomore, one of the few big guys that defensive front has.
Dooley looking to throw, fires complete for a first down. Antonio Fox making that tackle. It's caught by Seth Degree again on the reception. Really only 2 receivers we're going to see a lot of. Degree and Rasheem James will make the majority of the catches for Westchester. Everybody else, I mean, go out there and block because this is a run-heavy team. McKenzie the back here on first down and 10 from the 38. Look at McKenzie, he'll run near side. McKenzie try to stretch it out. Great job for the Rams. McKenzie having to jump over the bench here and then
kicks a hole in the fence.
Yeah, that is where the door is, but that gate is now going to have to be fixed.
So most of the time you see the athleticism displayed on the field. McKenzie giving the Golden Rams.
The angle was like for the Westchester players sitting on that bench.
Yeah.
Because he had to clear somebody, right?
Yeah.
To get over that and then run right through that fence. Well, anyway, second down and 9. It's just a 1-yard pickup. The most exciting part was on the running out of bounds. Lane making the tackle on the Dooley run. It'll be third down.
They have Dooley listed as 6 foot, 205 pounds, but he looked like he's carrying a little bit more weight than that, more of a bigger hit. I mean, he was able to take that hit from Chris Lane pretty well. Chris Lane has been known to lower the boom.
Yeah, he looks about maybe 210, 215, with a little bit more stock in him than what they're giving him on the roster. 3rd down and 5 from the 43. Dooley looking to throw. Has time this time, slings it over the middle to a wide open Newhouse. He's inside the 20 to the 10. Touchdown, Westchester. A breakdown in the secondary, and the Golden Rams now make it 21-13.
And a terrific open field block that time by Mari Wright. Able to spring the big tight end. That time, Frankie Stevens caught in space and not quite sure what to do. Newhouse, all he had to do was look the ball in, and he was able to do that part, get to the sidelines. And again, Mari Wright with a huge block that time. And a lot of times when you have those big plays out there on the field, it's because there's a wide receiver downfield making a big block that's going to take away that last defender that's going to have a chance to make a play on the ball carrier. Newhouse, good job taking it in. He's had a quiet season so far this year, but made a little noise on that play.
Extra point is up and good. 21-14, 11:15 to go in this first half. Shepherd on top. This is Shepherd University football on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast, and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Back to Shepherd University and Ram Stadium. It's a battle between two Rams in Shepherd and Westchester. The Golden Rams scoring on their last drive, making it 21-14, 11:15 to go in this first half. Lewis will field it about a yard deep. Lewis across the 10, across the 15. Lewis still on his feet, running into his own man. The flag comes in here late at the end of the return. So, I mean, Travis, it's been exciting. We've had back and forth action so far, and we'll see where Shepherd has to take over.
I mean, and it's just a different style of offense that we're used to seeing. Is not too many times where you see a team that as run heavy as Westchester is able to put up points the way that they do. But that running game really just sets things up for them to have time for the quarterback, and he's able to throw the ball down the field. That was the first time that he really attacked vertically. So far today, he's just really been throwing those hitches in the soft spots of the zone. But that time, just catching Frankie Stevens in a bad spot, and Newhouse was able to take it to the house.
Yeah, that will back up Shepherd after the holding to the 14-yard line. First down and 10, 21-14 Shepherd, 11:09 to go in this first half. Back and forth action after Shepherd got off to a nice 14-0 start. Westchester has answered. Pageant looking to throw, now under pressure. Spins out, and he's going to be brought down. I don't think this will be a fumble. I think he was down, but Westchester certainly wants it. Coming off the edge, Zach Liggett.
I was going to say Omar Peterkin, number 92.
I think Liggett was trying to dive on the potential fumble.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, Peterkin with the sack there, and that will back up Shepherd. It will not be a fumble. The Rams will keep possession here on now 2nd and 21. And that kind of, broke down quickly. Pageant hands off to Chance Schwartz. Schwartz dives across the 13-yard line.
Golden Rams leading tackler Jackson Taylor in on that play. Last week had 12 tackles, 3 of those solo, 1 quarterback hurry. Also had a good game the last time he faced against the Shepherd Rams. He had 4 tackles, 2 of those solo, 1 tackle for a loss, and 1 fumble recovery. So he's been quiet so far today. He was the one that kind of got left in no man's land on Ty Hebron's long touchdown run. He was the lone linebacker in on that play, and he wasn't able to make the play.
So 3rd and long here for Shepherd. Bajent looking to throw. Completes the Beach on the far side. Beach across the 15, across the 20. And I believe he'll be just short of the first down sticks. Be 4th down and 1. And with the ball being in this side of the field, Shepherd will bring the punting unit on.
That was Westchester on defense for that long 3rd down play. Ran a stunt up front. They had the defensive end crashing down inside, and he literally just blocked that offensive guard so then that defensive tackle could loop outside and put some pressure on the quarterback. And when you put pressure on the quarterback, what that does is make Tyson Bajent check down to a wide receiver underneath, and then at that point you're just hoping to rally to the football and tackle him short of the sticks. You really play good down a distance football that time.
Barracks punt. Fair caught by Seals around the 37-yard line.
I'll tell you what, Seals is fearless back there fielding those punts. There's no worry about him at all when he's calling for that fair catch and the defense is bearing down on him.
I feel like that's most punt returners got to be that way because, well, you never know when you're going to get clocked, and obviously
special teams is not for the timid.
Yeah, all the way around. I mean, it's always you can get hit running down the field. All of a sudden, you just get killed on a block, or big hits for the returns. So yeah, I would agree with that. Besides kickers and punters,
a lot less structure than what you would be used to just playing on offense or defense, where you kind of know where the hits are coming from. On special teams, that's what you hear most special teams coaches say: keep your head on the swivel.
1st down and 10 from the 38. They'll keep with Dooley. Dooley into Shepherd territory almost as he gets brought down around the 46. Cordy Shell coming in making that hit.
Dooley doing a good job of riding that jet sweep fake. Most defenses are really going to overplay that jet sweep fake and just doing a little zone read option, more of your traditional look, faking that jet sweep away. Quarterback sees that gap in the middle. He pulls it and runs up in the field. Picks up a big chunk on 1st down. 2nd
and 3 from the 45. Dooley will hand off to Pokey. Pokey is brought down and allowed on the line of scrimmage by Kyle Smith there on the edge. Be 3rd down and 3.
One of the few times that those Westchester running backs have been taken down with one tackler. But Kyle Smith, he is that guy. He is tough, not only getting pressure on the quarterback, but he's also very stout against the run and able to make a tackle on the edge.
They're going to actually say he lost a yard on the play, so it'll be 3rd and 4 from the 44 of Westchester. Crucial 3rd down, it feels like, early in this ball game. Obviously, though, the Golden Rams can flip the field, but it'll be back-to-back stops for Shepherd and get that Rams offense back on the field. They'll keep with Dooley up the middle. Dooley, big hole into Shepherd territory, has the 1st down and more. Down to about the 47.
Nothing fancy there. That's just a quarterback lead. The running back is the lead block. He goes up in the hole, picks up that middle linebacker. Dooley gets right on his hip. He's able to find the lane and pick up a big chunk. So far, we're seeing Dooley really starting to emerge in the running game here on this drive. Haven't seen McKenzie so far. Don't see him on the sideline, so not sure where he's at, but is not on the field as Pokey is the running back that's getting most of the focus on this drive.
Yeah, he did kind of hurt that ankle earlier, so I wonder if that's maybe what's bothering him here. But Dooley and the offense now starting to do a good job. Dooley gets hit hard by Robinson and fires incomplete, intended for James Fox and Pena in the coverage. Will be 2nd and 10.
That's and I imagine jumping over the bench and kicking a hole in the fence.
Probably doesn't feel too good.
Probably didn't feel too good either. Oh, there he is. He's still on the sidelines. He's just not in the game. There we go. But now you're seeing Dooley really starting to get comfortable as far as running the ball. That's what makes this running attack so different, because they can pound you in between the tackles. They have speed on the edge, and they have a quarterback that can do both.
Desmond Johnson, the backup, he'll be used as kind of a runner as well if he enters the game. Pokey shutting off tacklers in a great play. John Chaney coming up and setting that edge and bringing down Pokey after what looked like it had the potential to be a big play. Pokey kind of running more horizontally than vertically and coming up and making that play. Chaney and forcing a third down and injury here for Westchester. We'll take a 30-second break with 6:50 to go in this first half. 21-14 Shepherd.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
We welcome you back to Ram Stadium on the campus of Shepherd University in Shepherdstown, West Virginia. Shepherd leading Westchester 21-14 with 6:50 to go in this first half. Nick Verzlane, Travis Smith, happy to have you with us. Matt Miller, Harry Brown, Donald Kenny, and Spencer Dupuis, our crew on site and back in the studio, and you'll hear from him in a few moments here. Colin McLaughlin doing a great job keeping us on the air and online throughout this broadcast. 21-14 Shepherd, as we mentioned. It'll be third down at about 8 from the 44 for Westchester. Dooley in the shotgun formation. He takes the snap, under some pressure, steps up, ball came out. They're going to say it's a fumble. It's recovered by Pokey. He's tackled right at the sticks by Chris Lane.
That's a generous spot that he got.
Ernie McCook and the Rams are trying to argue that this was a forward pass. Chris Lane is down on the play. Shepherd wants an incompletion. It was pretty close. It looked like that ball, though, was kind of going forward. I didn't see a Ram player get a hit on it, but it was hard to tell if kind of all those bodies around that play.
So I think the call that the referees are going to make is that he had lost possession of the ball. Like he didn't have a grip on the ball, right. And almost like he just kind of like just smacked it forward, which, if I'm on the Shepherd sideline, I'm not buying that line. Not at all. But supplying the pressure on that play was Jawan Addison. I mean, on the snap of the ball, he had split both of those offensive linemen. He was in Dooley's face immediately. And Dooley just doing what he could to try to keep the ball moving, and it looked like the chains are going to move as a result. Pokey, just a heady play that time, paying attention to what's going on, picking the ball up, and able to pick up a crucial first down for this Westchester offense.
And it will be first down and 10 now from the 36. And it is kind of funny, too, Travis, whenever we see plays like that, because one side will say, oh, that's an incomplete pass, and then the other side is like, first down, first down. It's obvious. First and 10 here from the 36, 6:18 to go, and nobody really knew what happened. I mean, you have to review it to know exactly. 21-14. Dooley under some pressure, screen pass underneath, complete to Pokey. He catches that floater, goes out of bounds around the 32-yard line. McDade coming up and hitting it. Kind of a dangerous pass there, but good job by Pokey to track that ball and haul it in.
Because the Rams are doing a good job of picking up their screen. That's the second time that Westchester has shown that look where they motion a receiver across. He runs a bubble. The quarterback looks to his side initially, then comes back to the screen. This Rams defense is very good at staying home. They strung the play out. This Dooley was able to float it over his head. Surprised that they didn't pick up an ineligible man downfield on that play.
Play action, quick pass complete to the near side, inside the 30-yard line, and good job really by McDade to kind of force his blocker into the receiver, and Maury right on that catch, and he almost slowed it down enough that then DeLeon and some other guys were able to fly to that football and clean it up. So it'll be third down and 3 with 5:20 to go in this second quarter. 21-14, Shepherd our score. Nick Verzlane, Travis Smith, happy to have you with us for Rams homecoming here at Ram Stadium. Band getting ready there on the sideline. Dooley under some pressure, looking to throw over the middle, complete to a wide open man inside the 20-yard line for a first down.
Seth Degree again with the catch, and it's almost the exact same catch that he's had from the previous couple plays where he caught the ball. He's getting right inside the hash mark, settling down in that soft spot in the zone, and you can tell Dooley really enjoys just being able to step up in the pocket and throw to a stationary target. That seems what he is really strong at, is like he's going to be able to throw those hitches and snags all day long.
I think, as he matures, only a redshirt freshman, he's going to be a pretty good quarterback for this team as they'll run Pokey here to the near side. Pokey inside the 20. Flag comes in.
That's definitely a face mask, and that's going to be the 15-yard variety.
Chris Lane flying back in there, got hurt on a play previously, but back on the field for the Rams.
Pokey was turning on the Jets, about ready to turn that corner. The Rams defender reaches out and grabs nothing but face mask on that play. Pokey, a little bit more patience. If he was able to put his foot in the ground and get north and south, he might still be running, but his game is speed and he likes getting to the edge. And they pulled both guards on that play, and he's just looking for a lane to cut it up, and that time he chooses to go outside. It pays dividends because as that defender had his hand stretched out trying to make a tackle, all he was able to grab was face mask, and that's going to give the Golden Rams another first down.
First and goal from the 8. Dooley hands off Pokey. Pokey runs into his own man, bounces it outside, throws a nice stiff arm on McDade, and then goes out of bounds. DeLeon forcing him out there on the near sideline.
I think when they're watching film, I think McDade might want to go to the bathroom during that scene because he ate a pretty vicious stiff arm on that one.
Yeah. Film sessions are never fun when you're coming up on that play that you messed up on. (21-14) Shepherd. Dooley in the shotgun formation, back at fourth action here at Ram Stadium. Dooley will keep running left, inside the 5, inside the 4, and knocked out of bounds. DeLeon again, along with McDade, kind of forcing him out.
Nothing fancy on that play. That's basically just a student body left. They motion in Newhouse. He comes in. Essentially, he's a crackback, although they're trying to get away from that in the game of football nowadays. But a crackback on the play. Pokey leads off the outside, and Dooley just gets right in his hip pocket. That's the second time that we've seen Westchester use that quarterback lead, and Dooley runs it well.
Third and goal from the 2 for the Golden Rams. Dooley lining up under center in the I formation. One receiver is the tight end, Newhouse. And they'll look his way. Floater toward the end zone for Newhouse, incomplete. Good coverage by John Chaney. And now an interesting decision here on 4th and goal from the 2. What would you do here, Travis?
They're sending on the kicking unit. Going up against an offense like the Rams, you can't settle for field goals, but this is your first one. You're on the road. You have a chance to come away with some points to keep the momentum on your sideline. This is the conservative call, but I do think it's the right call.
I think, too, in the first half, you don't want to chase points. You're only down 7. This makes it, a 4-point game. If you're able to make it, it's a very makeable field goal.
And maybe you make a different decision if Jaden McKenzie's out there on the field.
Field goal is up and good, 21-17. 3:15 to go in this first half. We'll subside for a quick break. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV 10.
Nothing goes better with football than chicken. From Pee Wee to the big boys to the wing T formation. A hearty meal of 12 pieces for just $9 is just what the boys need to be at their best. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Omaha!
Rock's 12 pieces of chicken, just $9.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Welcome back to Rams Stadium. 21-17, Shepherd leading Westchester, but the Golden Rams able to get 3 on that last drive. Probably a little bit disappointed with 3 as that ball rolls into the end zone for the touchback because, well, you run the ball well, you're down to the 2-yard line, it's 3rd and goal, you throw a fade route, you know, you have the potential to either, run the ball in, one more time and maybe get in, or even get down closer and maybe then you go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. Shout out to our sponsors here on TV 10 for the second quarter, Smallwood and Small Insurance in the Mirius Group and Ameriprise Financial Services. As the rain kind of coming down a little bit.
And with McKenzie dinged up on the sidelines, that also may change how you approach attacking that situation.
3:15 to go in this first half. Bajan and the offense back out on the field from their own 25-yard line. Bajan looking deep over the middle for Ryan Beach. He got over top of the defense but couldn't quite haul it in. The pass a little bit too far in front of the 5'6" Beach. I mean, that was kind of like the first play of the game with Gonteric, but Beach really beat the defense. That's one that you wish you could have back if you're Tyson Bajan in this offense.
And Jordan Burney that time was talking to what was supposed to be his safety help on the play, Zach DeMarcakis. Both got burned on that play. That's a matchup that you certainly don't want to have as Burney trying to cover that deep middle, especially with a speedster like Ryan Beach. 2nd and 10.
Bajan throwing again, complete inside or across the 30-yard line to Greg Leonard.
We're about a 2 yards short on the play, but it is starting to rain a little bit. Maybe that might have caused Beach not able to come up with that play. He does such a good job when he goes in the air to catch a ball, does an excellent job of high pointing the ball. He had Burney beat deep over the middle. Burney doesn't need that type of matchup. So credit to the Rams offense for getting that matchup on a big rover type, trying to cover a speedy slot wide receiver.
Bajan gives to Hebron. Hebron very close to the sticks. Needed about 2 yards. I think he got like 1.5.
And Burney coming up from his deep middle position. You can certainly see him being a force in the run game.
That's a good spot to give him the first down because where he landed looked about maybe a half-yard short.
They gave him the bounce.
Yeah, and even then, though, I wasn't sure about it, but the generous spot works in the Shepherd Rams' favor here. 1st down and 10 now from the 35. Bajan with a 3-receiver set. Hebron the back still here on 1st and 10. Bajan under pressure. Throws over the middle. Alex Wetzel getting into the secondary. Wetzel inside the 20 and finally brought down inside the 15. Hey, Newhouse. I'm Alex Wetzel. I'll join the tight end. Big plays over the middle.
That time Naeem Jones was in on the coverage. And the Rams have certainly found something in that coverage for Westchester. They have been able to kill them over the middle with the deep post, getting the matchups that they like. And that's something that the Rams offense does extremely well. Once they find that matchup that they can exploit, they're going to attack it till it pays dividends.
1:45 to go in this first half. Bajan in the shotgun formation. Hebron the back. Gonteric now going in motion. Bajan looks to Gonteric. Trying to get that wheel route of Hebron. Pump fakes. Flag comes in. I think it's going to be a hold, and Bajan running inside the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Like maybe Fisher or Ostriel kind of had to grab a guy there.
And Cole Zapp not taking the bait on that play, hanging back, trying to take away that wheel route.
Which has been a great play for Shepherd all season. We've seen a lot of Ronnie Brown catches on those wheel routes go for touchdowns. And, I think at this point, Westchester's probably aware of it.
You notice they motioned in Gonteric off of that short sideline. He runs a slant across the middle, so you're hoping that corner's going to chase him. And then you get that linebacker that's thinking that it's going to be a swing pass out to the running back. You want to influence him to come up hard to try to take away that flare pass, and the running back gets leverage up top. But that time, Cole Zapp, just being a savvy veteran, was able to sit back and make the quarterback make a difficult decision.
Rain coming down harder now here at Rams Stadium. About 1:25 to go. It's 1st and 19. And we got a timeout. We'll take a 30-second break. 21-17 Shepherd. This is Rams football on TV 10.
Ever try to collect on an insurance claim? Perhaps a homeowner's claim, auto accident, or fire. Insurance companies collect money from you for protection should something bad happen. And when it does, they don't want to pay, or they offer too little. At Mansion Ferretti, we have an attorney who worked defending insurance companies and knows all the dirty tricks they play to deny or lowball your claim. Call us today for help in getting what you really deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Welcome back to Ram Stadium here in Shepherdstown, West Virginia. Nick Verzolini, Travis Smith here on the call. Matt Miller, Donald Kinney, Harry Brown, our cameramen, Spencer Dupuis, our on-site producer, and then back in the studio, Colin McLaughlin. And Travis, here we are, 21-17 Shepherd. The Rams are driving, but faced with a 1st and 19 after the penalty backing them up. And overall, a very back-and-forth first half. Offense is putting up points at a premium. With a minute 25 to go. Hebron the back.
Saying early on, it looked like the Shepherd Rams was going to run away with it.
Yeah.
Westchester
got out to that 14-0 start.
Man, Westchester able to stiffen up on defense and start putting some plays together and settle in on offense and put some points on the board.
Walker in the slot here to the near side, the backup tight end. Looks like Ontario and Beach to the far side, and Greg Leonard, the other receiver, to the near. Bajan looking for Leonard in the end zone, incomplete.
That time Westchester bringing the heat.
Looks like Anya Tanwu in that coverage there again. Actually, correction, that will be number 30, Kendall Singleton, in the coverage. The senior corner. So 2nd down and about 20 for the Rams.
Have Moss and Beach together. 3 defenders over 2 wide receivers. The middle of the field's wide open.
The middle has been deadly for Shepherd so far in this first half. They look to the middle, intercepted at around the 3-yard line by Westchester.
Oscar Aduma, the linebacker, able to pick that one off.
He fooled really everybody. You and I thought middle of the field looked pretty good. Kind of just dropped back and got that interception for Westchester and hold the Rams scoreless here before the half with a minute 13 to go. And again, Westchester will get the ball to start the second half after Shepherd started the ball to begin this ball game, went 3 and out on their first drive. And
although the middle of the field was open, that safety that was playing over top of the 2 defenders was more shaded to the inside over the inside linebacker. So the linebacker had coverage underneath. The safety was going to give help over the top. And Tyson Bajan, one of the few times that you see him try to force the ball into a bad situation. But it just shows the importance that Ryan Beach has to this offense, is that the Rams really try to get him the ball because it opens things up for everybody else in the offense.
1st and 10 from the 2-yard line. They'll run with Dooley, good keeper there. I thought McKenzie got that ball initially, but then Dooley pulled it out and ran across the 15 and able to get some room now for Westchester. Worst case scenario, they head into halftime with no points here instead of potentially a safety.
And it looked like it was going to be an open lane for McKenzie on that time, but it was an even better look for Dooley as he was able to pull it, get around the edge, get his team out of the shadow of the goal line, and pick up a first down.
Dooley this time gives to McKenzie, dances in the hole, doesn't find much room, stacked up on the 17-yard line.
No reason to force it, and it kind of plays into that decision that they decided to go for the field goal as opposed to trying to go for it on 4th downs. Like, we're playing good ball right now. The defense is able to get a foothold from time to time. Offense, we're putting up points. We're going to get the ball back here in the second half. So let's go ahead and play the long game and not put ourselves in a difficult situation by trying to risk too much early on in the first half.
And that is exactly what they'll do. They'll kind of let this clock roll out, and we'll head to halftime with Shepherd leading 21-17. Travis, and overall a pretty exciting first half, and what we've kind of grown accustomed to in the PSAC is any team can challenge anybody, and that's how this first half has gone down with Westchester. Even though they're unranked, have had some interesting losses on their resume. They've also had some good wins, so it's been a competitive football game, which is kind of what we expected heading in.
And something that we've talked about in the past, styles make fights. And right now, Westchester, their style of offense just provides an interesting matchup for that Shepherd Rams defense. The Rams have an undersized defensive unit. They're built on speed and athleticism, but if you're able to attack that with your strength and your running game, it really kind of puts them in a rare, difficult position. And you're also to get points. They're winning on first down. So again, Westchester playing it conservative, but they're playing to their style, more importantly, sticking to their guns.
All right, we'll take about a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll have the halftime show. Again, your score, Shepherd 21, Westchester 17. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Ever try to collect on an insurance claim? Perhaps a homeowner's claim, auto accident, or fire. Insurance companies collect money from you for protection should something bad happen. And when it does, they don't want to pay, or they offer too little. At Mansion Ferretti, we have an attorney who worked defending insurance companies and knows all the dirty tricks they play to deny or lowball your claim. Call us today for help in getting what you really deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Hi, I'm Annette McDonald, and I am the designer at Orsini's in Martinsburg, West Virginia. We welcome you into our store to show you a complete line of what we do here. We design your cabinetry, quartz countertops, granite countertops, hardware, anything for the full remodel of your kitchen and your home needs. We also do bathrooms, and we have flooring available too. We make sure that your project with Orsini's is the best in the market. Welcome to Orsini's.
Orsini's.com. Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
We're at the half. Time for a scoring recap, stats and analysis, scores from around the PSAC and Super Region 1, the Division 1 Top 25, and the latest on the West Virginia University Mountaineers and Marshall University Thundering Herd. Let's get it started as we go back to the field and rejoin our TV 10 broadcast team.
Welcome back to Rams Stadium here at the half. Shepherd leading Westchester 21-17. Nick Verzolini, Travis Smith here on the halftime show. Brought to you by Mansion Ferretti Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com. Travis, we look back at this first half, and it starts with Shepherd taking an early 14-0 lead. A Hebron touchdown run and then a blocked punt, setting up the Rams again at the 2-yard line, and Tyson Bagent able to run it in from 2 yards out on a 2-play, 2-yard touchdown drive. So it's 14-0 Shepherd, and we're sitting there and we're going, okay, well, Shepherd's going to beat up on Westchester today. But then all of a sudden, the Golden Rams really started to settle into this game and have made it a very competitive ball game now at 21-17 at the half.
It's because we've seen it so many times this year is that when Shepherd is able to get their offense rolling early, the opposing team has a tendency to abandon their game plan. And that's when Shepherd really begins to turn the knife, so to speak. Westchester not going that route. They're deciding that they're going to stick to their guns. You can go back and look at that blueprint that Kutztown supplied them. That Kutztown was able to stay within themselves and not trying to get away from what they do well. And for Westchester, that's run the ball, and that's you have two excellent running backs in McKenzie and Pokey. But not only that, Shane Dooley, the quarterback, really supplying some big plays that's going to keep the defense off balance. He's also been efficient with the football as well in the passing game. So that Westchester offense, like we mentioned, they're averaging over 33 points per game this year. So it's not like it's a unit that struggles to score points or lacks in big plays. So all they were able to do is just, like you mentioned, settle in, stick to what they're good at, stick to your game plan, and they were able to have some success in the first half.
Yeah, once they got that touchdown to McKenzie on the pass by Dooley, it seemed like he really settled in and wasn't worried about the pressure as much and was able to get some good passes off in that first half. So that made it 14-7, and then the Rams took another extended lead and went up 21-7 on the Ty Hebron 84-yard touchdown run. So Hebron's had a great first half. Westchester answering, though, with a nice pass over the middle of the field to Newhouse. It was 21-14, and then the field goal to make it 21-17. Those are your scoring drive summaries brought to you by 61st District Delegate Jason Barrett, Trusted Leadership, Real Solutions. And Travis, you know, we talked about heading into the game. We really haven't seen Schwartz and Brown, who have been so great, but we've seen the guy that's kind of the combo of the two of them, Ty Hebron, and he's definitely had a nice first half for Shepherd, and maybe, you know, rely more on that run because it feels very much like the last game. Really, the Rams receivers haven't had a big impact. It has been the ground game that's been the most effective for them.
Well, we're certainly seeing why Ty Hebron is the lead dog in that pack of running backs because, like you mentioned, he's able to do it in a variety of ways. He can do it with power. He can do it with speed. He also has good hands out of the backfield. You have seen Shepherd trying to get the ball to Ryan Beach at this point in the game, and they've been struggling to do that. They had the misfire over the middle where Beach had Bernie beat deep, but he wasn't able to come away with it. It was beginning to rain a little bit, and that might have affected him. And that was something that was going to be a concern going throughout the course of this year is how the 5'6", 160-pound redshirt freshman, how was he going to hold up physically during the course of the year? But also what you're starting to see, teams that know how to game plan for him now. Now they have game tape on him. So now they know what he's good at, what his weaknesses are, and they're starting to adjust their scheme to account for that. So, I mean, it's going to be a variety of things that have led to Ryan Beach's production kind of tailing off here for the past couple of weeks. But I'll tell you what, he's a player. As soon as you forget about him, he can remind you why he's one of the most electrifying players in the PSAC, because he is very dangerous with the ball in his hands. But just credit to that Westchester defense. They have done a good job of tackling people in space and not allowing a lot of rack once they get those catches.
Yeah, when the Rams have had opportunities to make those big plays down the field, just missing them early in the game. The pass to Gonteric fell just incomplete, and then Ryan Beach had one going from left to right just on that last drive where he was open, and Bajan just missed him by about a step or two in what probably is a touchdown with Ryan Beach's speed. So that's kind of hurt the Rams in this first half. And then on the Westchester side of things, though, as you mentioned, you know, keeping those guys in front of you and able to make tackles does slow down this offense and makes them have to rely on their run game, which has been productive. But obviously Shepherd, a team built to throw the ball with kind of their concept and their scheme, and have a lot of guys on the outside that you want to make plays and can make plays for you. And if you can take those guys away, you certainly have a better chance of beating them than if you know, our normal halftime stats of like 300 yards or 200 yards passing in one half by Bajan. That hasn't been able to happen the past few weeks, and give credit definitely to Westchester's defense for that.
Good job of scheming up. And what you want to do versus that Shepherd Rams offense, you want to make them play boring on offense. And I know that's kind of Captain Obvious right there, but what you want to do is to make them take the checkdowns, make them go away from what they want to do, and that's attack you vertically downfield. And what that's going to do, that's going to put the percentages in your favor that maybe that they're going to get a little anxious. Maybe they're going to get a little impatient and try to force something in there, and that's when you have a chance to get a turnover. And that's what Westchester was able to do on that last drive. We mentioned it right before the play. It was a 2-wide receiver set with Moss and Beach to that side. Westchester put 3 defenders over there. 2 defenders basically head up on the wide receiver, and that safety was setting over top of that inside wide receiver. So they had bracket coverage on Ryan Beach that time. And again, Ryan Beach, very important to this overall Rams offense. And Bajan was just kind of dead set on getting him the ball that time. And the linebacker good job underneath. Even though his responsibility was limited on the play, he still played his responsibility true by staying inside that wide receiver, dropping back, hooking the curl, and Bajan wasn't able to squeeze it in the beach, and that safety was over the top, so that wasn't an option. So you're starting to see teams adjust their schemes, and like we said, once those defensive coordinators, I mean, they get paid to win ball games too. So if you give them enough game tape, they're going to come up with a scheme or a plan that's going to slow down what you like to do on offense.
All right, we'll take about a 2-minute break. Hopefully on the other side of that break, we'll have some stats for you and kind of continue to break down this first half of action. Again, our score, 21-17 Shepherd here at the half. This is the Mansion Freddy halftime show, and we'll be back in 2 minutes on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Welcome to La Bella Vita, named for my Grandma Vita. Our mountaintop getaway honors her legacy while complementing the home's spectacular views. This recently renovated property boasts a breathtaking landscape of Deep Creek Lake while providing great open interior spaces for a sensational vacation. You'll immediately notice the great room allows for entertaining, dining, and relaxing after long days on the lake or skiing on the slopes of Wisp. Your family and friends will enjoy relaxing in all the open spaces. The home features 6 bedrooms, including 4 that are private suites. And each of the 4 levels of this home feature amazing visibility as far as the eye can see. Like our family, we hope you enjoy making memories here on the mountain. We love sharing the spacious, warm, and inviting home that overlooks the lake. Cheers to the beautiful life, La Bella Vita.
Nothing goes better with football than chicken. From Pee Wee to the big boys to the wing T formation, a hearty meal of 12 pieces for just $9 is just what the boys need to be at their best. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Omaha!
Rock's 12 pieces of chicken, just $9.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Alrighty, a little bit of a correction there for the halftime show. It is Travis and Nick still waiting for their stats, so we're going to first do the Home Helpers Home Care of Martinsburg halftime show. Colin McLaughlin here at the half. The score, Shepherd 21, Westchester 17 there at Rams Stadium on homecoming night for Shepherd. Let's look at some out-of-town scores, starting with some NCAA Division I top 25 matches. No top 25 teams up against each other at all today, but still some pretty close games. Let's start with the number 2 team in the nation, Cincinnati Bearcats, at the half tied up with the Navy Midshipmen at 10-10. And then also at the half, the number 3 team in the nation, the Oklahoma Sooners, are losing to the Kansas Jayhawks. Wow, 10-0 is the score there. No idea what's going on, but you can see that game on ESPN. Keep a close eye on that, because Kansas, one of the worst teams statistically in the nation, and actually Cincinnati just kicked the field goal before the half, so it's 13-10 at the half for Cincinnati and Navy. Let's go on to Michigan. They're leading Northwestern at the half, 10-7. Also at the half, number 7 Penn State leads Illinois 10-7. And then with 35 seconds to go in the second quarter, Wake Forest on the road going up against Army only leads by a touchdown, 28-21. So some pretty entertaining noon kickoffs there in Division I football. Let's now look at some PSAC scores. Just starting the second quarter, Shippensburg is up 14-0 on Millersville. In the first quarter with 3:04 remaining, tied at 7 apiece, you have Bloomsburg and East Stroudsburg. 21-0. Seton Hill is up on Clarion. That is at the half as well. In the half also is Gannon 7, Edinburgh of Pennsylvania 3. And the last one that's currently going on right now, Mercyhurst at the half, up on Slippery Rock 14-10. Slippery Rock lost last week against IUP in a pretty big upset, currently losing right now to the 2-5 Mercyhurst University. That is a shocker. I don't know what's going on there for Slippery Rock, but definitely helps out Shepherd. Other games that will be going on in the PSAC later today, kicking off at 2 o'clock. You have Cal U up against IUP there in Indiana. And the last one is Kutztown taking on Lock Haven. That one also kicking off at 2 p.m. Going on right now on our radio airwaves, some hockey action. It's the Calgary Flames up against the Washington Capitals in the first period. Calgary is up 2-0 over the Caps. Hopefully that changes. Still a lot of time left in that one. And don't forget, later on today, kickoff at 7:30. You can hear it on WRNR 106.5 FM, 740 AM. The West Virginia Mountaineers are back in action, taking on the TCU Horned Frogs. Again, kickoff at 7:30 for that. That's going to wrap up the Home Helpers Home Care of Martinsburg scoreboard show. I'll send it back for the second half to Nick and Travis for the Shepherd Rams game.
See that Honda badge? It reveals more than the Ridgeline's maker. It's a testament to endurance and Honda ingenuity. So when the terrain ahead is full of challenges, brace yourself. The Honda Ridgeline is about to amaze you. Rise to the challenge with the rugged performance of the Honda Ridgeline.
Miller Honda, south of Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. www.mymillerhonda.com.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Nothing goes better with football than chicken. From Pee Wee to the big boys to the wing T formation, a hearty meal of 12 pieces for just $9 is just what the boys need to be at their best. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Omaha!
Rock's 12 pieces of chicken, just $9.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Welcome back to Rams Stadium on the campus of Shepherd University. Nick Versley and Travis Smith here on the Mansion Freddie Law Firm halftime show. Mansion Freddie Law Firm located in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. And perfect timing. We get the stats here. I had them pulled up, though, just in case online. And we'll look over these first half stats for you. Start with the Rams and that ground game. It's been a great first half for Ty Hebron. Just 6 carries, Travis, but 137 yards. Hasn't lost a yard on a run. 2 touchdowns, and, of course, that 84-yard touchdown earlier. He has been great and really probably deserves some more carries here in the second half based on how he's been running the ball.
He's red hot, no doubt about it, averaging 22.8 yards per carry. It's pretty good day at the office.
Yeah, I think a lot of coaches would take a 22.8 average on the day. But you look at things for how Westchester's ran the ball in that first half. A total of, let's see here, do we have the total rushing? We do. 24 carries for 88 total yards. So it's been a heavy ground attack for Westchester, led by Shane Dooley, the quarterback, with 10 carries for 32 yards. But, I mean, Phil Pokey's gotten involved with 7 carries for 31 yards. McKenzie, 7 carries, 25 yards. We knew heading in, Travis, that if Westchester could run the ball, they would have a chance in this game. And if they couldn't run the ball, then Shepherd probably pulls away and wins this thing, but easily. But, you know, they have been able to run the ball pretty well. And, you know, getting the ground game going has definitely been a key to keeping them into this game.
And establishing that run has opened up things for the passing game as well, with Newhouse able to get big catches over the middle. Also, Seth Degree doing a good job of finding soft spots in the zone, sitting down and giving his quarterback a big target right in between the hashes.
And the passing numbers for me are surprising in the fact that Dooley has been the better passer in this first half. The redshirt freshman, 10 of 15, 127 yards, 2 touchdown passes. He has been sacked 3 times. Tyson Bajan, 11 of 18, an interception, no touchdowns through the air. He did have one on the ground, and 118 yards passing. And again, we talked about the receivers, too, not able to get Beach a ton of yards in this first half. Does have 3 catches, but just 29 yards. Wetzel, 2 catches, 54 yards. Gonteric, 2 catches, 12 yards. Jonathan Moss, 2 catches, 12 yards. The leaders for Shepherd in the passing game. And then on the Westchester side of things, Seth Degree, 3 catches, 36 yards. Rasheem James, 2 catches, 7 yards. Pokey, 2 catches, 6 yards. And Newhouse, 1 catch for the 57-yard touchdown in that first half. So definitely, I think the passing game has been surprising between these two teams.
And the one pass that we did miss on that resulted in a touchdown was that 18-yard pass to McKenzie out of the backfield. So maybe that's something that Westchester looks to do a little bit more of to try to get McKenzie more involved in the game, is get him some balls out of the backfield, leaking out after that. And as both teams come out to get warmed up for the second half, another little shower starts to come down. At this point, I'm pretty sure the Shepherd Rams offense is probably tired of seeing rain at this point in the year. They want to come out with the sun shining, no breeze. So
well, they kind of got that.
Yeah, they have the sunshine. So I guess 1 out of 2 ain't bad. But this is
we should get a rainbow.
There we go. So this is an offense that's built on timing and precision. And when you have to deal with the elements like this, it's going to throw that off. And how are they going to be able to adjust to accommodate for that?
All right, those first half stats brought to you by Dobson and Associates PLLC, providing all your back office needs, including accounting, payroll, and human resources. They want to be your back office. Call 304-264-0437 or stop by 217 West Burr Street in Martinsburg. And now we get ready for the Bears Repair second half kickoff. Bears Repair located at 904 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. For all your automotive repair needs, call the certified mechanics at Bears Repair at 304-262-0208. Second half kickoff from Hayden August Scrivens goes into the end zone for a touchback on the rainy side of the field, or at least the more darker side of the field. On the other side, we have sun and kind of a nice or weird split here at Ram Stadium in Shepherdstown, West Virginia, as we begin this second half with Shane Dooley and the Westchester Golden Rams offense. And as we just talked about, I mean, this offense has been successful, starting with the ground game and then that kind of leading to some success through the air as well. 1st and 10 here to begin this third quarter. 21-17 Shepherd, our score.
McKenzie back in the backfield for the Golden Rams.
They'll give to McKenzie, nearly gets stuffed, but he sheds off the initial tackler and then fights forward for a few yards. Looked like Frankie Stevens came flying through that hole, but then McKenzie kind of shedded him off and fought forward for a couple.
And again, that's something when you have a running back of that caliber, those are the type of plays that they're able to get you. Most running backs would have got tackled for a loss. Then you're in a second and long situation, and you're kind of boxed in as to what you can call for that second down play. McKenzie able to make a guy miss, turn nothing into something, and now your offense, you're still on schedule.
Second down and about 8. McKenzie gets a nice hole. McKenzie, big hole across the 40, out to around midfield before finally being brought down by Pena in on the tackle. That's a really nice run. McKenzie, you can see with his vision, power, speed, is a very nice combo for this Westchester team, and they're able to get him going and all into the secondary. He's a tough guy to bring down.
And the guard to the play side looked like he was pulling to lead outside, and the hole that he left when he pulled, that was the hole that McKenzie hit. So again, you talk about his vision. He saw that lane and he hit it.
First and 10 from the 49 of Westchester. They'll fake to McKenzie this time. Dooley running near side. Chris Lane coming up and making the tackle along with Holloway. Be about second and 10.
And that was something we didn't see Dooley really running the ball more until the second quarter. You can see Westchester, they like what they saw when he was able to run the ball, so they're going to try to get him involved a little bit earlier here in the second half.
Yeah, and no gain on that play, but when they were able to get those kind of lead plays for him, giving him a blocker out in space, it was effective with Dooley, who came in, a solid runner out of the quarterback position. Shepard brings a blitz, and McKenzie this time gets about a yard. It'll be 3rd and 9 out to midfield. Shepard coming with Robinson. Looks like Pena in there as well for the Rams. It'll be 3rd and 9 on this homecoming between Westchester and Shepard. 3rd and 9 from midfield, a 4-point lead for the Rams with about 12:45 to go in this third quarter.
Credit to that Rams defensive line. They did a good job of getting a good jump on the snap, reestablishing that line of scrimmage a yard deep in the backfield. This did a good job of just pushing those offensive linemen back into the backfield.
Dooley has time, steps up, throws near side, incomplete. Newhouse running into our cameraman, Harry Brown.
Brown shakes it off and hops right back up.
He appears to be all right on that sideline. Pass is incomplete. First I thought that was a coach, but that was Harry getting hit, and he appears to be okay. So that is good because that was a big collision. 4th down and 9. And punt got tipped. Gonteric.
Not tipped. It's going to be roughing the kicker. The punter took a hard shot on that one.
He's a little bit shaken up as George limps to the sideline. So
he's not going to have to sell that one. He's going to get the full 15.
Yeah.
It was a couple times early in the first half where the Rams were able to get some pressure. It looked like they kind of backed that off after the past couple punts. But this time they brought some heat off the edge, and it was just a little bit too much, and the punter takes a hard shot on that play.
That's a huge penalty because Shepard had gotten the stop. We're going to have great field position, but still get the ball back, and now Westchester has it in Shepard territory to about the 35-yard line after the 15-yard penalty, and that's a huge situation there where you have the stop and you're probably not going to get a block, so just take over on offense. But now Westchester can get that momentum right back if they're able to get some points on this drive and get a free first down. Dooley in the gun, McKenzie the back to the right of him.
So I'm not sure why the referees are holding on play. Look like they're trying to get the game clock and play clock reset.
So here we go. First down and 10 from the 35. Dooley fakes to McKenzie, now rolls out to the right, fires deep, takes a shot into the end zone. Touchdown, Westchester. Wow, what a throw by Dooley, connecting with his wide receiver, Seth Degree, for 6. Oh my goodness.
Seth Degree has made a good living so far today in between the hash marks. Westchester showing that play action fake in the backfield where they motion that inside slot wide receiver down. Looked like he was going to be that kick out block for some type of zone read action for the quarterback. He shows him a little bit of run, then pulls up and throws that deep post over the middle, and there's nobody home for that Rams defense, Shepherd Rams defense that is. And again, Westchester able to put points on the board.
Extra point is up and good. And that is a great throw by the redshirt freshman. 24-21 our score. 12:07 to go in this third quarter. Take a 60-second break. We're back with more Rams football on the other side.
There's nothing like spending a week at the lake. In my experience, La Bella Vita at Deep Creek Lake is the perfect getaway. Owned by Martinsburg residents, it's only 2 hours away. Whether it's lounging on the spacious deck with amazing views or relaxing in the hot tub, it just doesn't get better than La Bella Vita. With plenty of space for family and friends, this 5-bedroom, 5.5-bathroom home is the perfect luxury mountaintop retreat. Inside, you'll find an extremely well-furnished home that features 2 master bedrooms, an 85-inch TV for everybody, and a fully accessible kitchen and dining area, with everything your entire family will need. Our family enjoyed roasting s'mores at the fire pit in the evenings, and by day, exploring much of the 3,900 acres that makes up Deep Creek Lake. The community has several excellent restaurants and lots of family-friendly activities, and they're all just a short distance away. For more information, visit the Facebook page or contact Tailor-Made Deep Creek Vacations and Sales at 301-750-2182.
Welcome back to Rams Stadium. Kickoff fielded about a yard deep. It's a big hole for Lewis, and Lewis gets out to about the 34-yard line. So Shepherd, I mean, they had to stop. They got it to 4th down, and then that roughing the kicker penalty going against the Shepherd University Rams sets up Westchester. They say, hey, let's take a shot. They hit the Gree for the touchdown pass, and a great throw and a great job of standing in the pocket, taking a hit by Shane Dooley as well.
And that was something that was a key for Shepherd coming into today's game. Clean play on special teams. That includes miscues and penalties, and that was something that they weren't able to do. When you put the ball in the hands of an offense that can score like that, bad things are going to happen.
They'll go Hebron. He's had a huge day. Hebron running far sideline out toward midfield, and this will be a late hit out of bounds.
And everybody throws a flag.
It's like Oprah. You get a flag, you get a flag, everybody gets a flag.
And Hebron takes a hard hit into one of the equipment boxes over there on the sideline. That's a very shallow. It's a very shallow sideline over there on that Shepherd Rams sideline. So if there's any type of play on this, any type of play on that sideline, it's not going to turn out well for the person that's getting that last hit.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, both sidelines are pretty shallow, you could say, because I mean we've already seen a player go through the fence here on the near sideline, and then that one's really close as well. I mean, the fans are pretty much right on top of the players here.
There you go.
At Rams
the fence is still down.
Yeah, I mean,
listed as questionable here for the second half.
It's questionable for the remainder of the season. First down and 10, 24-21 Westchester. Shepherd, though, answering of a drive here right back. 36-yard line. Play action. Bajan over the middle for Beach. Dives in and makes the catch at the 10-yard line.
And that's what the running game can do for you. That time using a play action fake, you could tell the linebacker stepped up to try to take care of the run. That opened up things over the middle. Beach was able to get behind them and come up with a big catch over the middle.
Anya Tanwu in coverage. Ryan Beach able to really make his first big play, it seems like, in a few weeks. Didn't do a whole lot last week against Millersville. Able to do good stuff throughout the season, but on this play there, able to set up the Rams here. First down and 10 from the 10. They'll run Hebron. Hebron running hard inside the 5.
Oh, pushing the Powell.
And we'll bring it to the 3. Be second down and 3, or about 4, because they can get the first down without getting a touchdown here.
And that time, Hebron hitching his wagons to big center Adam Stilley, the 6'1", 292-pound junior, just leading the way that time. And Hebron not doing anything fancy. I'm going to get behind that big Palooka and ride him all the way down to the goal line.
I misspoke there. Second and goal here. They'll give it Or fake it to Hebron, throw it to Beach, end zone, touchdown Rams. Bajan took a shot, still delivered the ball. He's a little bit slow to get up, but the Rams strike right back. This time with the Ryan Beach touchdown, make it 27-24 with 10:45 to go in this third quarter.
Bajan able to shake it off and run to the sideline, and looked like that was one of those RPO type plays where it's going to put the onus on the quarterback to make that decision. If that defensive end crashes down, he's going to pull the ball and throw that quick slant. That's what he was able to do that play to put the Shepherd Rams back on top.
Hayden August Scriven looking to make it a 4-point lead. His extra point is up, and it is good. 28-24, 10:45 to go in this third quarter. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV 10.
WVU Medicine introduces a new minimally invasive hysterectomy surgery to our area. V-Notes is an advanced gynecologic technique that provides many benefits to patients, such as shorter hospital stays, less post-operative pain, faster recoveries, and no visible scars. Dr. Aaron Miller and Dr. Lori Tucker with WVU Medicine OBGYN in Martinsburg are the only OBGYNs in the Baltimore, Washington metropolitan area currently offering this cutting-edge procedure. WVU Medicine, the future of surgery is here.
A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning, or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
Welcome back to Rams Stadium. Looks like Seals back deep, along with, trying to get a number there, can't quite see it, but and of course it goes to Marcus Masakura, and he gets clocked around the 19th. Still, he's on his feet. Masakura down the sideline. Cross midfield. August Scrivens did a nice job of slowing him up. Nixon coming in and making the tackle for Shepherd.
Again, special teams plays keeping Westchester in this game. The Rams just kind of giving up on the play, and I'm sure they're going to hear about that at their film session, is that you cannot give up on the play. These returners, this is a team that has no problem returning the ball, so you have to make sure that those ball carriers are down. Pokey not out there that time, but both of those returners very dangerous that the Golden Rams had back deep, and you have to make sure that they are down and that whistle's blown before you start to run off the field.
Pokey is the back here on first down and 10. And they'll play action. Nice job by Kyle Smith knocking that ball down. He's gotten some pressures, hasn't quite gotten the sack today, but they're a nice play when you can't get the sack to knock that ball down at the line.
Westchester trying to switch things up, going for a pass on first down. Haven't done that too much so far today. They do the zone refake in front of the quarterback. They were hoping that the defensive end was going to crash down so they could get the ball to the quick slant to Newhouse behind him. But Zach Smith says, not on my watch. He was able to get vertical and swat that ball down.
Second down and 10 from the 37 of Shepherd. They'll run Pokey. He runs one way, then misdirection back to the far side. Pokey across the 40, and there's another big hit from the Rams. Ball came out, but I think they're going to say he was down. And they will, so it'll remain with Westchester.
Ponce de Leon making plays from sideline to sideline. Made a lot of plays in the first half and looked like he's picking up where he left off here in the second half.
To me, Ponce de Leon is better than a lot of players out there on the field. And if it wasn't maybe for his size, he'd probably be a D1 football player because, I mean, he can fly. He's got the good instincts.
Pound for pound, he's a heck of a football player.
I mean,
he's going to be he's going to be near the top of anybody's pound for pound list as far as football players go.
Third and about 9 from the 36. Throwing to the far side, complete to Newhouse.
Good
Dooley, a nice pass.
Good catch. That's a catch on Saturdays and Sundays. He got 2 feet in on inbounds that time.
And again, I mean, a big third down conversion there. And I think something else that kind of says something about Westchester, an aggressive strike on third down and 8. firing it way down the field, instead of just maybe something underneath to try to get the first down. They go into the secondary and unload one on a third down and now have the ball 1st and 10 at the 15.
Newhouse making his presence felt today. Only had 6 catches for 97 yards and 2 touchdowns coming into today's game, but he's already had some huge catches so far for this Westchester offense.
Dooley will give to Pokey. Pokey running up the middle. Finds a little bit of room. It's about the 14-yard line, gain of about 1.
Chris Lane gobbles him up there in the middle.
Lane, obviously the All-American linebacker for the Rams. Be about 2nd and 9 from the 14 as we roll under 8:40 to go in this third quarter. And what has been a back-and-forth football game, 2 different styles of play. But now we're seeing Westchester start to sling that rock, and we're kind of seeing Shepherd rely on their run game. So they've flipped their styles of play. Dooley in the gun here on 2nd down. Dooley over the middle, leaping up and making the catch for the touchdown, Westchester.
And Rasheem Jones going up to make that catch. Looked like he may have come down on the football. He's going to need some assistance. But that was one of the few times that we've seen Westchester have Pokey and McKenzie in the backfield. So all eyes are going to be in the backfield. They show that play action fake. James able to get inside. But he took a hard shot. Looked like he may have come down on the football that time, but still able to corral the football and complete the catch to put the Westchester Golden Rams back on top.
Yeah, James in a tight window there, did get hit hard. And also, as you said, maybe landed on that football. So probably the wind knocked out of him here if that was the case, as it's now 30-28. James will walk off on his own power, but is a little bit slow getting off the field here. Shane Dooley
he's been dropping dimes.
He's been impressive.
Yes, he has.
You look at his numbers, and you see that he doesn't turn the ball over, but he doesn't seem like the kind of guy that can sling it like he has today, but Shane Dooley has done that.
He's throwing with confidence. Yeah. That's what he's doing. He's playing with confidence today.
Extra point here from Henry is up and good. 31-28, 8:14 to go. Westchester on top of Shepherd. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Welcome back to Ram Stadium here in Shepherdstown, West Virginia. 38-28, Westchester leading. The Golden Rams leading just the regular Rams here with 8:14 to go in this third quarter. It's a short kick, fielded about the 28. Lewis still on his feet. That's not Lewis, that's a different return man. And he's across the midfield out to about the 47. Running for the Rams is Malachi Brown. And a flag coming in here.
Things certainly start to get a bit chippy.
Malachi Brown able to have a nice return there, and we talked about special teams mistakes. Westchester pointing in their direction as if either the penalty or maybe the ball they think should be theirs.
But you bring up those special teams mistakes, special teams miscues. They have been responsible for Westchester's previous 2 touchdowns. It was the roughing the kicker that gave them another first down, where they were able to keep the ball and eventually punch it in. Then on their last touchdown The ball carrier was thought to be down. The Rams defenders kind of gave up on the play. Able to get a big return, and it set them up.
I saw the officials point like 4 different ways on that play.
All right, so it looks like
so we're going to have offsetting.
Yes.
But Shepherd will have it still good field position at the 46, but it's funny. He pointed like this way, then went back the other way, and eventually we just got offsetting penalties. So 1st and 10 from the 46, 31-28. Rams by 3. Bajent sending Leonard in motion. Bajent will hand it off Ronnie Brown. Ronnie Brown had a nice hole initially, but Westchester stopped it. Forward progress result, and that being just a tackle after a few yards. Zach Liggett coming in and cleaning that up. So it'll be 2nd down here for the Rams as the sun came back out. It looks like the rain clouds have made their way out of Shepherdstown, or at least Rams Stadium, and it's now a nice day here again all of a sudden. 2nd down and 6 from the 42 after the 4-yard pickup by Ronnie Brown. 7:20 to go in this 3rd quarter. Bajent looking to throw. Slings it near side. Complete. Ronnie Brown in stride. Brown to the 10, the 5, and into the end zone for the Shepherd University Rams touchdown. Great throw there.
They catch Jackson Taylor in no man's land trying to guard Ronnie Brown out of the backfield on that wheel route. He's been super tough on that pass play all year long. And again, this Rams offense just does a good job of exploiting matchups. And that was one that they wanted earlier. But Cole Zapp did a good job of hanging back and not letting Ty Hebron beat him that time. Again, Shepherd able to adjust their formation. They get Ronnie Brown matched up on Jackson Taylor. That time they were able to take advantage of that matchup and score a touchdown and reclaim the lead.
7:07 to go. Hayden August Scrivens extra point is good. 35-31 Shepherd. We have 7:07 to go in this 3rd quarter. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV 10.
The right attorney can make all the difference in the outcome of your case.
I called Sutton and Janelle, the best lawyers you could ask for.
Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. 70 years of collective legal experience. Family law, criminal defense, DUI, personal injury, and mediation.
Sutton and Janelle got the most favorable outcome I could have expected.
Visit Sutton and Janelle's new historic location, 224 West King Street in Martinsburg. Online at suttonandjanelle.com. Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. They value your rights and are passionate about your success.
See that Honda badge? It reveals more than the Ridgeline's maker. It's a testament to endurance and Honda ingenuity. So when the terrain ahead is full of challenges, brace yourself. The Honda Ridgeline is about to amaze you. Rise to the challenge with the rugged performance of the Honda Ridgeline.
Miller Honda, south of Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. www.mymillerhonda.com.
Now, West Virginia, the Shepherd University Rams regaining the lead here at 35-31. You could say this is a shootout between these two teams that maybe we didn't expect with how Westchester typically relies on the run, but they've been able to have a great performance for Shane Dooley, and it just seems like whoever gets the ball last might win this ball game. Here's Pokey out to about the 24-yard line before he is met by Avon Holly, and 2 flags coming in again, so this could be another special teams mistake. Setting up Westchester.
The latest going to go against the Rams. I believe it's going to be on Anelio Pena. Little extracurricular activities.
7:01 to go in this 3rd quarter. 35-31 Shepherd on top, and it will be a face mask against the Rams to set up Westchester here with pretty good field position. And that's something you can't really afford to have in this game because Westchester has on the last few drives.
And it was away from the ball. Yeah. That's what's unusual about it. Like most times you see face mask, it comes
on a tackle.
On a tackle, but Pena just getting a little scrappy there on the sidelines, just grabs a handful of face masks right in front of the official, and again you get Westchester the ball in really good field position.
These two teams, obviously, this is just the 3rd meeting between the two schools. It's 1-1 all time. Dooley will run play action, throw it complete, but it's going to lose about a yard or 2. Cheney in there on the tackle, caught by Maury Wright.
That was a dangerous throw.
Yeah.
That was a dangerous throw. You're throwing that to the wide side of the field. Looked like the ball kind of ran out of steam by the time it got to the wide receiver, but if he wasn't able to catch that, that could have easily been ruled a fumble.
Second down at about 14. After that 4-yard loss, brings the ball back to the 34-yard line.
That trips look, see if they try to go to Degree over the middle again.
Dooley fires over the middle. There's Degree. First down for Westchester.
If I can see it, I know the Rams defensive coaches can see it. That they've done that play several times today.
Not a first down.
Well, not a first down, but a big
original
chunk.
line of scrimmage.
Yeah, but when they use that bunch look, it's usually they're just trying to run people off to clear it out for Seth Degree to set up shop over the middle of the field. And that's been about 4 catches that he's had today on that exact same route.
Give him 9 yards on that one. Third down and 5:47 to go in the third. Shepherd leads by 4, 35-31. It's been a fun one here at Ram Stadium. Dooley under some pressure. Stepping up, looking to run. Dooley across midfield, has the first down, slides down around the 45-yard line. And Shane Dooley, early on it seemed like he lost his composure a little bit, but as the confidence has grown, he's been able to keep his eyes down the field and there, make a play with his legs and get Westchester another first down.
So what happened on the previous play? Westchester able to take advantage of Shepherd's zone defense. So on that third down, the Rams go to man defense, and Dooley's able to take advantage of that because as the wide receivers are able to run them off the ball, that leaves open lanes over the middle, and Dooley is an accomplished runner. He was able to pull the ball down and pick up the first down on his own.
Dooley, quick pass, tipped again at the line and incomplete. That time, I believe that was Malik Holloway getting the hand on it and knocking it away. We saw Kyle Smith do that earlier in this quarter as we roll under 5 minutes to go in the third with the Rams leading by 4.
They've just done an exceptional job of getting their hands up. That's one of the things that you want to teach those defensive linemen. If they're not able to get in a lane or able to get a good rush off the snap of the ball, you want to get your hands up and smack down anything. And although they're only 6'1" pretty much across the board up the front, they do a good job of getting up in the air and swatting those passes down.
Little run with McKenzie. It was almost stuffed, but McKenzie's still on his feet and gets positive yardage out of that. On a 2nd and 10, you almost had it backed up to maybe a 2nd or 3rd and 12, but then all of a sudden, McKenzie, he just keeps his legs turning and able to get positive yardage and make it 3rd and manageable here. 3rd and about 5. From the 40-yard line of Shepherd, Rams on this homecoming trying to get the crowd into it.
Westchester taking their time getting the play in, under 9 seconds on the play clock.
In the shotgun. Dooley will hand off McKenzie. McKenzie, nice hole. McKenzie tripped up. No, he stays on his feet. McKenzie just keeps going, running like a golden ram against the Shepherd University Rams.
And that time he trucks Isaiah Nixon trying to come up and make the tackle. Isaiah Nixon, not a small corner. He's 6'2", 190 pounds, but certainly not bringing enough thunder to bring down McKenzie on that play. And McKenzie, again, just able to make plays after contact. You could tell he's not quite 100%. He's not moving the way he was early on in the game, but still able to make plays and keeping this Westchester offense on track. That was a huge play for the Golden Rams.
They list McKenzie at 6'3", 230. And he almost reminds you of Derrick Henry at the D2 level. I mean, he's not quite as big in terms of actual size and look, but I mean he just keeps running hard and refuses to go down and runs well in between the tackles, has some surprising speed for how big he is.
And the balance. Yeah. That's the thing. That's several times that he's just been able to put his hand in the dirt, maintain his balance, and then get back up to top speed. So he's just showing the whole repertoire here today.
And we have a timeout. We'll keep it here, kind of recap how we got to this point. Shepherd able to take the early lead on the Ty Hebron 26-yard touchdown run to go up 7-0. Took a 14-0 lead after a blocked punt. Set up Shepherd on the 2-yard line, go up 14-0. McKenzie then scored on an 18-yard pass from Dooley, making it 14-7. The Rams regain the lead on another big run by Hebron to go up 21-7. And then Newhouse with a 57-yard touchdown reception. A Henry field goal made it 21-17 at the half. And then these teams have gone back and forth for scoring drives. And it's now 35-31. Some penalties going against Shepherd, setting up nice plays for Westchester. Shane Dooley tossing a pair of touchdowns here in the second half. And then the Rams answering with a pair of their own touchdowns. Ronnie Brown on a reception and Ryan Beach on a reception. So both quarterbacks coming out and slinging it here in the second half. They'll run McKenzie. McKenzie up the middle. Big hole, flag coming in. McKenzie down inside the 15.
I think it might have been something as far as an illegal motion, perhaps?
Yeah, it was a quick penalty, so it was some sort of motion, I would think, unless the player lined up in the neutral zone. But, yeah, we'll go against Westchester.
Westchester, just an old-fashioned counter tray look that time. They motion the running back out to the wide side of the field. They bring McKenzie back underneath, and that backside guard and tackle were both pulling. They opened up a lane. It was a nice run, but all for naught as the referees call false start.
Again, we remind you this third quarter brought to you by, on TV 10, Smallwood and Small Insurance and Milestone Realty. As we approach 3:18 to go in the third. Shepherd 35, Westchester 31. Dooley play action, nearly sacked. Somehow he stays on his feet, and he's finally going to be dragged down by Chris Lane at around the 40-yard line. The All-American, I believe that's his second sack of the game.
And there was pressure right away. As soon as that ball was snapped, he had heat right in his face. He was able to break one tackle, but you're not going to get away from Chris Lane as he was able to come in and clean up the mess and pick up the second sack of the game.
Loss of about 11 on the play makes it 2nd and 25. Westchester was driving, was running the ball well, but a penalty sets them back, have to throw the ball and then get sacked. And now have a 2nd and 25 from the 39 of Shepherd. Dooley has time this time, steps up, slings it over the middle for a man in the end zone. Touchdown, Seth Degree. Westchester regains the lead, 38-35 on 2nd and 25 from the 39. It's a 39-yard touchdown pass, 37-35 now our score.
Right now, Antonio Fox and John Chaney not happy with the decision that was made. Similar look to what we've seen Degree pick up that play where he just comes right inside and sets up in the hash. I think that they were expecting that look, and why not? He's been killing you with it all day. But while they were looking for him to break inside, he just stayed on that track. And Dooley, again, he just stares down the barrel. He will take that hit, and he's got a big arm. He took a big shot on that play, and he was still able to get it down the field over the top of Antonio Fox. Not too often you see Antonio Fox get beat on a vertical pass play.
The middle of the field hurting both teams a lot in this game, and now the shootout continues, 37-35, 2:17. We're still in the third quarter. This game has been back and forth. It's been very exciting to be a part of here in the broadcast booth. And we'll now wait this extra point. Not certain what the delay is here. There's an injury. An injured player here on the sideline. I was looking, I saw Harry standing next to the official. I was like, is he like trying to fix his camera and that's the issue? I didn't know what it was, but
that's Degree. Looked like he may have cramped up from.
Yeah, right when he got to the sideline, and just
takes a lot out of you to catch wide open passes. He's been feasting.
More
today.
so to get wide open, I think, than to catch the pass. But yeah, especially in the secondary. So Henry on to attempt the point after. Extra point is good. 38-35, 2:17 to go in this third quarter. We're back in 60 seconds with more Shepherd Rams football on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Hi, this is Lauren from Orsini's right here in Martinsburg. Grilling is not just for the boys. We are a Platinum Traeger dealer carrying the Pro Series all the way up to the Timberline Series. We have every flavor of wood pellets along with accessories, rubs, sauces. Not just Traeger, we carry Utz, Meat Church, Lanes, and Dizzy Pig. We also carry a full line of Yeti products. Orsini's has everything to complete your backyard. Visit us at 360 Hack Wilson Way or at Orsinis.com.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
We welcome you back to Rams Stadium, where we have seen a great shootout between Shepherd and Westchester. The Rams will field it a few yards deep. That time, I believe it is Zane Lewis on the return. So he did not return the last one. The last one was returned by Malachi Brown, but they bring Lewis back in and he returns that kick. It sets up the Shepherd University Rams offense. 38-35 our score. Westchester on top. 2:10 to go in this third quarter. It's been back and forth action to begin the third. And Bajan in the offense back on the field with Hebron on the back. And Shepherd taking over at its own 25-yard line. Bajan looking to throw. Play action, has all day to throw. Now tucks it down and runs and finds forward about the 31.
That was an extremely unusual look for the Rams offense. Not so much they were lined up in a two tight end, two wide receiver set. We've seen that several times this season. But that was only a one wide receiver route on that play. And that's very unusual because a lot of times it's when Bajan's back there in the pocket, guns are ablazing. So it's usually 3, 4, sometimes even 5 receivers going out into routes. So not too often you see a single wide receiver route for that Rams offense.
Yeah, I mean, in that situation, too, it was like Bajan kind of rolled out, was looking downfield, and then nobody was really in on the route.
They showed the play action fake. And it didn't seem like that did enough to make the defense step up. And then he tried to scramble around a little bit in the backfield to try to influence those linebackers to step up. And they weren't biting. That was unusual.
We have a Westchester player down. I cannot tell exactly who it is. But 38-35 our score. About 1:56 to go in this third. And we'll take a 30-second break here, and hopefully the player is okay after this.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
Welcome back to Rams Stadium. It appears Michael Gabora is the player down to the starting defensive lineman for Westchester. He is slow to get up, will be helped off by a pair of teammates. So, don't like to see that ever, and we'll continue this game now with 1:56 to go in this third quarter. Shepherd with a 38-35 deficit here.
And Gabora, one of their stalwarts up front this season coming into today's game, had 14.5 tackles for a loss, including 9 sacks. So he's a player that can certainly get after the quarterback, and his presence will be missed.
Bajan in the gun here on 2nd down and 6 after a 4-yard pickup on the run. They'll run Hebron this time. He slices through a hole, but doesn't find much room. Good job by the Westchester D-line to kind of get off those blocks. Looked like Peterkin in on that tackle. So it'll be about 3rd and 4. From the 33-yard line. Shepherd trailing by 3.
All right, Beach lined up in the slot.
And 4 receivers set. Morgan, the other receiver here to this near side. Hebron, the back. Bajan takes the snap, looks to throw near side, complete to Morgan. Morgan sheds off the tackler at the 40, stays on his feet at the 45, and then gets out to midfield before being brought down. It's the Shepherd University Rams first down, brought down by Jackson Taylor.
One of the few times that Westchester has missed a tackle in open field. But Morgan, a bit more physical than some of the Shepherd wide receivers, a little bit more stout in his build, I should say, able to shake off the defender and run and pick up some extra yards.
We haven't seen a ton of E.J. Morgan this season, but starting to get more reps the past few weeks. Gonteric going in motion. Bajan will set up in the shotgun, pull it down and run. Bajan's got a lot of room to this near side. Bajan inside the 30 before going out of bounds. Smart decision there as Cole Zapp was coming in to force him out, and the Rams have another first down.
And again, Bajan, that's not what he's known for, but he's a young athletic quarterback and can pull it down when he has to.
First down at 10 from the 29-yard line for the Rams.
Bajan able to recognize man coverage on that play. And that's one of the benefits. If you're able to have some protection and they're playing man coverage, that's going to open up some lanes for a quarterback to possibly pull the ball down and run and pick up some yards.
About 2-second difference between play clock and game clock, so Shepherd will have to snap it here before the end of the third quarter. Bajan looking to throw. Slings it over the middle, complete to Walker. Walker inside the 25 to about the 23-yard line. That will be the final play of this third quarter. And what's been a great football game between Shepherd and Westchester. Our score, Westchester 38, Shepherd 35. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
See that Honda badge? It reveals more than the Ridgeline's maker. It's a testament to endurance and Honda ingenuity. So when the terrain ahead is full of challenges, brace yourself. The Honda Ridgeline is about to amaze you. Rise to the challenge with the rugged performance of the Honda Ridgeline.
Miller Honda, south of Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. www.mymillerhonda.com.
Welcome back to Rams Stadium. Shepherd trailing 38-35, but with possession of the football, having a second down and about 4. As we begin this fourth quarter, Nick Verzolini, Travis Smith, happy to have you with us for Shepherd University Rams football on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Hebron the back, right behind Bajent. Bajent takes the snap, turns around, gives it to Hebron. Hebron with a nice run inside the 20. Running hard. A good job by Zapp
and Jackson in on that tackle.
Yeah.
The Golden Rams haven't fared too well in one-on-one situations with Hebron. So you're going to have to bring some more boys to the party if you're expecting to get Hebron to go down.
Yeah, Hebron's probably had about 2 or 3 of our Cody's Body Shop Collision of the Game nominees. And I think he's definitely a nominee as well for our WVU Medicine Player of the Game. But Bajent and maybe even Shane Dooley making his case as well in this second half. They'll give to Hebron again. Hebron stutter steps in the hole and bounces it a little bit to the outside behind left guard. Down to about the 14-yard line.
It'd be the rare case where Hebron takes home the Triple Crown. He's able to punch it in here on this drive.
And of course, if Shepherd's able to hold on to the win, I think would obviously play a factor in this one. As this has been back and forth, it feels like whoever gets the ball last is going to win this football game between these two teams. First down and 10 now from the 15. Bajan in the shotgun again. 3 receivers set. Hebron the back to the left. Bajan looking to throw. Fires to Leonard. Leonard sheds off one man inside the 10, down to about the 6. Goes Greg Leonard on the reception. They'll give him the first down as they'll mark it at about the 4-yard line. So it'll be first down and goal for the Rams. No, they'll mark it at the 6. They'll first and goal from the 6-yard line.
First and goal from the 6. Bajan in the pistol.
Bajan sending his man Walker in motion. Play action. And now they will give it to Hebron. Flag coming in from the far sideline.
One of the rare times that the Rams have taken Beach off the field on that play, having Greg Leonard and Pulse lined up to that wide side. That was a quick holding penalty. False start. Okay, that would have been a bit quick for a holding penalty on that play.
Yeah, kind of late for a false start. Usually they try to pull
right in that sweet spot of we don't know what the heck you're calling.
Quick for a holding, late for a false start, but that is the call, and that will back the Rams up here a little bit.
Which might make things a little bit more manageable. Now we have Gonteric in at the slot. They're going back to that 3-over-2 look, so they're going to treat Gonteric the same way they do Beach. Probably going to have some, they're going to switch it up, have the linebacker playing outside. That's not a good look.
Gonteric goes in motion from right to left. Bajan with it now, second down from the 12-yard line. Play action, looking for Gonteric, touchdown on the slant route. Shepherd retakes the lead. 41-38, 12:47 to go in this fourth quarter. Gonteric on the slant, and the Rams again strike in this one. Tyson Bajan having an electrifying second half for this Rams team. We kind of questioned, in the first half he wasn't really on his game. He seems to have gotten it back here. Hayden August Scriven on an attempt to point after.
And Ronnie James, the defensive back, gets beat inside. Thought he may have had inside help, and there was none there.
Extra point is up and good, 42-38. 12:47 to go in this one. It's been a fun one so far. It'll take a minute timeout and be back with more Shepherd University Rams football on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Hi, this is Talk Radio WRNR and TV10's Rob Mario. My family first stayed at La Bella Vita at Deep Creek Lake in Maryland several summers ago, and we've gone back every summer since. La Bella Vita is owned by Martinsburg residents who've meticulously decorated and furnished this amazing mountaintop vacation home with breathtaking lake views that is only 2 hours away, featuring 5 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms, a fireplace, a large family room with an 85-inch TV, a hot tub, and multiple decks. There's lots more of the La Bella Vita experience to enjoy, including Deep Creek Lake itself, a 3,900-acre lake with 69 miles of shoreline. It's a great combination, and it's waiting for you. So take it from somebody who's been there multiple times. You are going to love staying at La Bella Vita at Deep Creek Lake. For more information, visit the Facebook page or contact Tailor Made Deep Creek Vacations and Sales or call 301-750-2182.
Welcome back to Ram Stadium. 42-38 our score, 12:47 to go in this contest. There'll be a fair catch by Westchester. They'll have it at the 25 to begin this drive. Nick Verzley, Travis Smith here on the call. Spencer Dupuis, our on-site producer. Matt Miller, Donald Kinney, Harry Brown, our cameraman, and back in the studios, Colin McLaughlin. You'll hear from Colin in the post-game show. You already heard from him at the half. Some interesting scores going on, around the PSAC as Slippery Rock was trailing at the half in their ball game, and we got a great one here between the Rams and the Golden Rams, and what I nicknamed on the show this week, Travis, the Headbutting Bowl. I think we need a name for this one. And it has lived up to a little bit of hype that we hyped up for it on the Sports Mix daily, or weekdays, should say, 12 to 1, and then replayed from 5 to 6.
Juwan Addison able to bring down McKenzie. One of the few times that McKenzie has gone down with one tackler. That time bounced it outside. The Rams defense has been stout at the point of attack, making McKenzie bounce it outside. It goes against what his strength is. Like we mentioned, his size, 6'3", 230. He likes to bang it in between the tackles.
About a 1 yard pickup on the run. Move the ball to the 26-yard line. Dooley in the pistol with McKenzie behind him. He'll look to throw. Dooley stepping up, throwing far side complete for another first down across the 40-yard line. James again on the reception. I mean, we talk about it. It's either James or Degree for the most part, and those two guys have been very effective in this game, despite really being the only guys that Dooley looks to consistently. Sometimes you'll get Wright or the tight end Newhouse, but for the most part, or Newhouse, but for the most part, they have been using Degree and James as the main targets. 1st and 10 now from the 41. Degree, he'll give to McKenzie. He cuts it back, gets some room to about the 45-yard line.
You see Westchester getting back to the formula, running on first down, getting ahead of the chains, keeping their quarterback in third and manageable situations, and he's been able to excel doing that. On that play where he just hit James, McKenzie was wide open over the middle, but what you're seeing out of Dooley is a quarterback that is swelling with confidence, so he's willing to attack that Shepherd defense down the field.
Yeah, I mean,
with success,
you have to wonder, too, maybe getting back to that formula a little bit because of how this game has gone. It doesn't seem like Westchester can stop Shepherd. It really doesn't seem like Shepherd can stop Westchester. So maybe you can, as they complete the pass to Degree, Pena coming up and making the tackle, maybe if you can kind of grind it out for a drive, take some time off that clock, that could be enough to get you the win. Lane is down. He has been really fighting out there through some injuries, it seems like, throughout this game, and now this one is limping a little bit.
Oh, that's a cramp. You can see that massive calf muscle cramping up all the way here in the press box. That man needs about a gallon of Gatorade over there. He's been working on, he's been earning his money today. He's been having to fly around, make a lot of tackles today. This Westchester offense has had the pedal to the metal.
Yeah, Chris Lane, 2 sacks on the day. He's been flying to the football. We certainly have seen a lot of him, and obviously Kendall Duckworth's been missing from the lineup a lot, so Corey Shell.
There's a look, see if they go to Degree over the middle again. See if Shepherd's made an adjustment.
Dooley under pressure. Addison with the initial rush, but Dooley spins out, pulls it down, runs hard for the first down. That's what you love to see out of your quarterback. Usually you don't want them to take a hit, but hey, if they're willing to take it to get the team a first down, you like seeing that, and that can fire up the sideline. They're saying it's a yard short here.
That's a bad spot.
Yeah, that looked like a first to me. We had a pretty good angle here on this near sideline, and now they'll move the chains.
Okay. Tell you what, Frankie Stevens just kind of, he wanted to disappear after a play like that. You have a quarterback that kind of muscles you past the sticks.
Yeah. 1st and 10 now from the 49 for Westchester. Dooley with the big run on 3rd down to get the first. Dooley takes the snap. They'll go McKenzie. He's running near side, following his guard inside the 46-yard line.
There's an offensive lineman that went down for Westchester. He was one of the linemen that was pulling around. There was nobody around him, and he just kind of went down on his own in the middle of the play. He was able to get up and shake it off, but if he was able to stay on his track and get upfield, McKenzie would have had a huge lane to turn up in, so he kind of bottled up his own running back on that play.
Yeah, it looked like the center, Jacob Colby, was kind of the man leading the run on that play. 2nd down and 6, a 4-yard pickup. Moves the ball to 46. They'll run McKenzie again. Ooh. And this time, oh man, he just keeps going. It feels like every time he's going to get stuffed, as he just ran through Chris Lane and kept going, and then he just has been great at doing that all game. I mean, every time, you had that reaction like, hey, he's stuffed, and then nope.
Just tremendous balance.
Yeah.
For a player of his size, he just has tremendous balance. Like, he never looks like he's uncomfortable at any angle out there on the field. Chris Lane comes up and delivers a shot.
He goes low, too.
Yeah, and McKenzie just takes it, stays low, puts his hand in the dirt, and keeps those legs churning.
3rd and a yard for Westchester. Dooley, he'll run. Nope, not initially. Maybe on the second effort, Robinson coming through, but no, he did not get there, I don't think. They're giving him a decent spot, it looks like.
But he almost has to get a yard past the 40-yard line to get a first down.
Yeah, it's about maybe a half-yard difference between the actual 40. So, I mean, they're going to probably go for this, I think, if you're Westchester, because this is your style of play. If you can't get just a few inches to get this first down, I mean, that goes against and everything you kind of build your football team on. 4th and inches here from the 40. Dooley will run right. Keeping it and fighting for the first down. A Ram came flying in initially, nearly made the tackle. I think it might have been Frankie Stevens again based on his reaction. And then Dooley looked stuffed. It looked like Robinson had held him up, but getting that extra push from the O-line. Yeah.
Credit that offensive line pushing the pile. That's something that an offensive lineman lives for. That was a very similar play to what Westchester ran earlier down towards the goal line. They motioned Newhouse in. He has a crackback block to kind of seal that in, and then the quarterback just runs that quarterback lead off tackle, and that's just tough to stop because you really have to overcommit to do it, and then you're going to open things up on the backside if you do try to take that away. Gutsy play call by Westchester.
Yeah, again, I think it's one you have to go for, though. I mean, because of how you like to play this style of physical football. And Shepherd can score in an instant, and obviously you're down by 4 here, getting down to 7:20. You don't want Shepherd to just grind out the clock, so now a first down and 10 from the 39 for Westchester. Newhouse goes in motion. They'll run McKenzie to the right. McKenzie following his lead blockers, staying with that balance, and just gets back to the line of scrimmage. And he has kind of been gimpy all day, I'd say.
Doesn't look quite 100%. He looked a little gassed on that play.
But he continues to fight and kind of represent what Westchester's been about in this football game, which is run that ball really down your throat. And in particular on a drive, this has been a long drive, Travis. If I'm not mistaken, I think Westchester's had the ball this whole 4th quarter.
And it looks like they're the ones that's trying to grind the clock down as they march down the field and not give that Shepherd offense a chance to make a play at the end.
Dooley will keep. Dooley, a big hole to the near side, throws a stiff arm and gets out of bounds. McDade pushing him out. Another nice run by the Golden Rams into Shepherd territory to about the 32-yard line.
And such a good ball fake that time. The whole Rams defense crashes down inside. Dooley able to get out on the edge. And thankfully for the Shepherd Rams, McDade stayed home and was able to make a play on the sidelines. He's very tough against the run. He doesn't give ground. When he's out there trying to set the edge, he does it quite effectively.
3rd and a long 3 here from the 32.
Quarterback draw. I'm calling it.
That's what it looks like. Dooley, he's going to throw. And it's going to be sacked by Robinson. That might be a fumble. They're going to say incomplete. But I think, that's got to be grounding. Yeah. Because he is in the pocket. Ricky Robinson coming flying in. And Dooley just tried to get it out. But 1, he's in the pocket. 2, that ball didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. So that has to be intentional grounding.
There we go. That's on me. I thought for sure we were going to see a quarterback draw on that play. No, there was nobody in the area, Dooley.
Yeah.
You're not making, I'm not sure why.
You can even argue, too, that it could be in the grasp and be a sack.
Yeah.
Because of how they try to protect the quarterbacks now. And that's an interesting play by Westchester.
You're
the way you've been running the ball.
The way you've been running the ball, then you try to go 5 wide. That's what I thought for sure. I'm like, quarterback draw.
Yeah.
Clear out the box, let your quarterback run. Maybe he can make something happen.
especially the way Dooley's ran. I mean, he's been running really hard, and on that drive in particular, because, like I said, I'm pretty sure Shepherd hadn't had the football in this fourth quarter, and this has been all Westchester just going right down the field. And now we'll have a whistle and a break in this action, but.
And even if you come up short, you're at this point in the game, the way your defense has had its difficulties, maybe it's 4-down territory. So you run, maybe you don't get it, but you're set up for a 4th and short, and you've been running the ball again, so you can still play to your strength, get that first down. So I don't know on that one.
Yeah, an interesting decision, and even you could maybe try a field goal. It would be a long one, but you could do it, and now that completely takes any chance of getting any scoring away from you as that punt goes out of bounds. So now you need a stop if you're Westchester, and if you're Shepherd, you're looking to drain out this last 5:49 of the clock with a 4-point lead. And you've ran the ball well with Hebron. For the most part, he's been the back. They'll have it at their own 20. There's a lot of time, though, left in this game, so still could go either way, really, at this point. And this is the drive that pretty much decides how this one's going to go, or at least what opportunities still are left for the Golden Rams.
And Pokey on the sideline without his helmet for Westchester, so I was surprised not to see Pokey and McKenzie in the backfield that game, but maybe an injury keeping Pokey out of the lineup.
They'll go to the more power back, Chance Schwartz. He'll fight forward for a gain of about 2 to make it 2nd down and 8. Clock rolling now, under 5.5 minutes to go.
Huge possession for both teams. Can the Rams go for the backbreaker on this drive, or will this Westchester defense be able to stand tall and give their offense one more shot to take the lead?
Ronnie Brown now the back here on a 2nd and 8. Bagent in the shotgun formation. Pump fakes. Throws, caught, but that's not going to go anywhere. Greg Leonard was able to fight off a tackler, but not much on the pickup there, as Leonard had to come way back to that football.
And kudos to Tyson Bagent on that play, not taking the bait. They rolled Ronnie Brown out of the backfield, much like how they scored that touchdown earlier. Jackson showed that he had the initial coverage, but he wasn't the only one. Westchester tried to bait him into a throw on that play because Shamar Edwards was playing over the top. Good job that time by Tyson Bagent, taking the check down and not trying to force it. Westchester tried to bait him. That was pretty tough.
Gain of 2, 3rd down and 6 for Bagent in the offense. 3 receivers to this near side. 4:20 to go in this one. It's a 4-point lead for Shepherd. Bagent under some pressure. Wyatt Smith forced the ball out, and Westchester's going to recover.
They're going to call it incomplete.
I don't see how that's incomplete. It looked to me like a sack and a fumble, but Singleton would have recovered. I mean, you saw fumble, didn't you?
I saw fumble.
Man. Coach Swan not happy about that one. And they're going to say that's an incomplete pass. But then I wonder, I guess there was a receiver in the area there. So I was thinking maybe that could have been a very similar play that we've already seen grounding on the other side. But either way, Westchester gets the stop. Will get the football back. Barrick to punt. Has some struggle on the snap. Sends a high kick. It will be off the return. I don't know. That's loose. I think Shepherd has it.
No. The ball just rolled right back to him. That was a very favorable bounce. Maskua able to corral that one.
Oh my.
It was something where his own teammate ran into him and almost caused him to muff the punt. That's what you see. Seals walking off the sideline, gives him the my bad gesture on that one. Maskua that time, ice water in his veins, was able to corral it with that Shepherd defense bearing down on him.
Yeah, I mean, we have seen the ball now come out several times, but haven't resulted in any turnovers. Barrett kind of had a low field on that punt, but Maskua able to recover, and now here we go again. 1st down and 10 from the 33. with Westchester trailing by 4 and just about 4 minutes to go in this one. They'll run McKenzie. McKenzie running hard. DeLeon able to clean it up. And both guys kind of fired up after that play. Ponce having a great game today, helping out on a lot of big runs. And, you know,
I mean, he's covering turf.
Yeah.
I mean, sideline to sideline, just tremendous range.
In soccer, they have that thing that judges or tells you how much guys have ran on the field that they wear underneath their jersey. I wonder how much Ponce's ran around the field today, because he has been flying all over as this pass complete to right on the near side for the first down. 3:18, the clock rolling. But Westchester starting to get a drive going now, potentially after that first down pickup. Ball moves to the 44-yard line. First down and 10 for the Golden Rams. 3 receivers set. They'll run McKenzie. McKenzie stutter steps. Chris Lane coming up and smacking him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll end up spotting it at the 45. So 1 yard pickup for McKenzie, but Chris Lane, again, one of the stars on this defense. This has probably been his best game of the year in terms of making plays in the box. 2 sacks, as we mentioned.
Just a Warriors effort. I mean, even though he's had a couple broken tackles, he is undeterred. He went in there and popped McKenzie that time.
And he's been banged up as well throughout this game with cramps and other injuries. Low snap. Dooley under pressure. Dooley escaping, looking like Johnny Football. Dooley inside gets clocked by Antonio Fox, and that's going to draw a penalty.
I imagine that's got to be almost targeting on that one.
That's a tough one, because Dooley is sliding down, which, yes, he's giving himself up, but it was almost simultaneously with Fox lowering his shoulder to make the tackle. We'll see. I don't know. What do you think here, Travis?
I'm thinking they're going to pick up the flag.
If they talk about it this long, it usually does result in a pickup, but we'll see. How they are going to call it on Shepherd.
I didn't see what the call was.
Yeah, I didn't see the signal either. They're saying targeting.
Targeting.
So that's a 15-yard penalty, resulting in a first down. Now in Division II, they don't review you to, I guess, be tossed, right? Because they don't have any reviews in Division II. So I guess maybe it's like if you get 2 of them, it's probably the rule. But 1st and 10 now from the 37.
Yeah, usually on targeting in D1, that you hit the showers after that.
Yeah, depending on what they rule after reviewing it. But Fox is still on the field, so I don't know exactly there. Pass complete to Newhouse. Bunch of Rams flying to the football down to about the 30-yard line as we roll under 2 minutes, 1:40 to go. 42-38. Shepherd with the lead, but penalties potentially hurting the Rams here in Westchester. The Golden Rams right on the doorstep of the red zone and a chance to potentially regain the lead in what has been a thrilling ball game here at Ram Stadium.
Westchester going to have enough in the gas tank to push this one across the goal line.
Dooley takes the snap. Throwing, he wants Seth to agree, but he threw it too far and incomplete. McDade in the coverage. It'll be 3rd down.
Westchester still has 2 timeouts at their disposal, but they have a tired running back in McKenzie. A dinged-up quarterback that just took it was kind of a nasty, awkward hit. Yeah, Pokey, he doesn't have his helmet on the sideline, so I think his day is done.
And that's a play situation where you have a 2nd and 2, so a lot of teams like to take that shot. There they do. 3rd and 2 now. You expect probably McKenzie to get this football or maybe a Dooley run. They'll run Dooley here up the middle. Lead blocker McKenzie, and he did not get there. Chris Lane again along with Robinson, and it looks like Holloway in on that tackle.
Chris Lane all the way. He's a warrior. There's no other way to put it. He's a warrior.
He is definitely in the running for our WVU Medicine Player of the Game, with especially some key stops here. And now a 4th and 2 in a 4-point game, so you can't kick the field goal. 1:03 to go. And you wonder, Travis, we look back on this game, there was a few situations where maybe Westchester had some questionable play calls. They had the fade route to Newhouse down here in the red zone, which was incomplete, and maybe they should have ran it, and they ended up kicking a field goal on their own, or on the Shepherd 2-yard line. And then on the last drive, they had a situation where they threw it, got sacked, lost a ton of yardage, put them out of any scoring range. So now you're here 4th and 2. It's a 4-point game. You got to go for this. But a few plays earlier probably changed the outcome of this one if Shepherd's able to get this stop. 1:03 to go. It's homecoming here at Rams Stadium. The Shepherd fans that have stuck through the rain have enjoyed this one. They're on their feet. The Westchester sideline fired up here, even though they're not getting a huge trip from their crowd. Dooley in the shotgun here on 4th and 2 from the 29. Dooley looking to throw. Newhouse couldn't get the catch. It's incomplete. Shepherd takes over with 58 seconds to go, and it looks like it will be a happy homecoming for the Rams. He had Newhouse, but the pass was a little bit far and out of his reach. We've already seen Newhouse make a nice grab on the sideline earlier. That's a tough one, and how confident Dooley's been throwing this football. Shepherd, though, the defense in this last quarter's doing a great job.
Absolutely. Chris Lane had to be helped off by teammates on that play. Unbelievable.
So Shepherd can take a knee.
Westchester only one timeout, so not too much they can do about it.
And Bajent will take that knee. Westchester will burn the timeout because, well, you have it, so you might as well use it. 56 seconds. So one more kneel down, and then it will, or 2 more, I should say, I guess. And then the Rams will walk away with the victory, 42-38, 56 seconds. What a game, Travis. And this has definitely been a really fun one to be a part of.
That's why we do it.
And of course, stay tuned because, well, the post-game show after this will kind of break it all down for you, get all your stats, facts, figures from this one, because this has been a thriller and a lot to look back at. Bajent takes the final, or the second to last kneel down, and then he'll take one more once this play clock expires. Have to do it with about 10 seconds on the clock. 42-38. The Rams defense, though, in this 4th quarter has really been great.
And again, they showed that early on in the season versus Ohio Dominican. They're a defense, they will bend, but they will not break, and that was certainly the case today. Chris Lane, my goodness, hats off to him.
Bajent takes that final kneel down, and the Rams are victorious. It's a happy homecoming for Shepherd, 42-38, a shootout between the Shepherd University Rams and the Westchester Golden Rams. What I said earlier, the head-butting bowl, Travis. We have a little bit maybe of a rivalry here. The series now goes to 2-1 Shepherd, and this was a fun one.
Absolutely. Back and forth. You saw the absolute best from both ball clubs. They both showed up today, put on an excellent performance for all football fans out there. Incredible game. Incredible game.
42-38, our final score. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and then be back at the Palace Lounge post-game show. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV 10.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
The right attorney can make all the difference in the outcome of your case.
I called Sutton and Janelle, the best lawyers you could ask for.
Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. 70 years of collective legal experience. Family law, criminal defense, DUI, personal injury, and mediation.
Sutton and Janelle got the most favorable outcome I could have expected.
Visit Sutton and Janelle's new historic location, 224 West King Street in Martinsburg. Online at suttonandjanelle.com. Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. They value your rights and are passionate about your success.
The Honda Civic and the Accord are uniquely stylish in their own way. But do you know what they have in common? Reliability and comfort? Sure. Available turbocharged engines? Of course. But also, the driver, having fun for no reason, except for the thrill of driving a Honda. Kelley Blue Book's 2021 Best Value Brand.
Miller Honda, south of Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. www.mymillerhonda.com.
Based on 2021 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit kbp.com for more information.
It's the Postgame Show, as we recap the scoring, bring you stats and analysis, scores from around the PSAC and Super Region 1, the Division 1 Top 25, and the latest on the West Virginia University Mountaineers and Marshall University Thundering Herd. Let's get it started as we go back to the field and rejoin our TV10 broadcast team.
We welcome you into the Palace Lounge post-game show. The Shepherd University Rams victorious on homecoming today over Westchester, 42-13. Nick Verzley, Travis Smith, happy to have you with us for the Palace Lounge post-game show. The Palace Lounge located on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg with a full lunch and dinner menu with daily specials in a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out their menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. And Travis, what a game this was between these two teams. An absolute shootout, a fun one throughout. And, you know, both teams put up a great effort. Westchester will fall to 5-3. Shepherd will improve to 7-1. But, I mean, this was a great football game.
Man, oh, man. I mean, both teams can walk away with their heads held high after today's performance. I'm sure Westchester can look at a lot of positives and build on them as this program goes ahead with their rest of their season. A tremendous game. It looked like the Shepherd Rams were going to run away with this thing early on in the game. They jumped out to a quick 14-point lead. Credit to Westchester. They stuck to their guns. They stuck to their game plan. They play Golden Rams football, which means they're going to ground and pound you. And they were able also to get some big plays out of the passing game that kept it in it. Shepherd didn't do themselves any favors by some untimely penalties and some poor tackling on special teams that kind of led to those last two touchdowns for Westchester. But Westchester just eventually ran out of gas down the stretch. They had some key injuries in some key places, and they just weren't able to get the job done down the stretch. But, oh, my goodness. That Shepherd Rams defense, Chris Lane, ton of heart.
Yeah, I mean, especially on those final few drives. You look back at the fourth quarter, because the third quarter is where things got really crazy. 21-14, Westchester outscored Shepherd in the third, and then in the fourth, Shepherd did get an early score in the fourth quarter, but besides that, that's when the game really got down to a long drive by Westchester where Shepherd comes up and gets the stop. And then another drive where they have it here toward the end of the ball game. It's 4th and 2, I believe. Pass falls incomplete. Shepherd wins the ball game on that play. And, I mean, the defense, while they gave up 38, they came through when you needed them to today. And the offense, obviously, putting up their points as well. And Bajent kind of coming back in that second half after a rough first half for him and playing really well.
And you look at it, and it shaped up very similar to the very first game of the season when Shepherd went down to play Ohio Dominican. It was a back-and-forth game. The Rams defense, sure, they gave up a ton of points, but they were able to stand tall when it mattered the most at the end of the game and come away with the win, and that's the way it shaped out today. Westchester just flat out ran out of gas there on that last drive. They were kind of clutching at straws, and Chris Lane, just a Warriors performance. He was cramped up, he was dinged up, had to be helped off the field several times, but when that final bell sounded, he stood up and took and rose to the occasion.
Yeah, definitely. Let's look back at the stats for this game. Travis, will start with the offenses. and him, especially in that second half when he really started to lock in.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things that this Rams offense, really excels at, and that's their vertical passing game, and they were able to get that going there in the second half, really exploiting that Westchester defense over the middle. Like we mentioned, they have a very unorthodox defense. They have 3 down linemen, 1 walk-up, and beyond that, you really can't tell who's playing safety, who's playing linebacker, and who's playing cornerback, and that can be difficult for a quarterback to try to get a clean read because you don't know who's guarding who, what responsibilities those players have, and Bajan doing a good job of not taking the bait. There was one play where they wanted to do that rollout play to Brown out of the backfield. They'd scored a touchdown on it earlier. Westchester gave them a similar look, but this time instead of having Jackson out on an island, they had a safety playing over the top. Bajan, smart enough, did not take the bait, took the check down. His wide receiver made a play, and he was able to avoid a costly turnover at that point. So Bajan really getting back into form after going up there having a tough outing versus Millersville.
And then you look at it on the Westchester side of things, Shane Dooley, we headed into this game and we thought, he's a good game manager. He's able to get that running game going. He can run a little bit, but what a day he had throwing the football. 20 of 30 for 276, 5 touchdowns. He was sacked, though, 5 times, which is going to hurt his net yardage because he actually had 22 carries for 77 yards, but due to losing yardage on sacks, he ended up with 22 carries for just 41 yards. McKenzie, though, had a nice day on the ground, 17 carries, 83 yards. They're able to get him a touchdown on the passing attack. And then losing Pokey, I think, kind of hurt Westchester as well. 9 carries, 33 yards, I should say, and really didn't see much of him in the second half. And then for Shepherd on the ground, again, the first half, that kind of kept them in the game with their ability to hit some big plays with Ty Hebron, but not as effective in the second half. 11 carries for Hebron. He'll finish with 174, 84 of those yards coming on one play, and 2 touchdowns. And then Bajan having a touchdown run as well on 4 carries for 16 yards. What was surprising, though, not much of a ground attack with Ronnie Brown or Chance Schwartz today. Just 2 carries for 8 yards for Brown and 1 carry for 2 yards for Schwartz.
Well, Hebron certainly came into today's game with a chip on his shoulder. Not sure why they decided to go away from him that much in the second half, but it might be something as far as conditioning. He's been out injured for the past couple of weeks, and it's going to take you a while for you to get back into football shape, so it might have been something, him having so much success in the first half kind of punched himself out, and we didn't see him that much in the second half. But he certainly came out and showed why he's the lead dog in that pack of very talented running backs.
And then the receiving numbers in the game, Gonteric leads the way for Shepherd, 3 catches, 101 yards, and a score, including an 89-yard reception. Ryan Beach, 5 catches, 58 yards, and a touchdown. He started to get going a little bit in that second half. Wetzel, 2 catches, 54 yards. Brown had that 42-yard touchdown that paid to be pretty significant. Morgan, 2 catches, 20 yards. Leonard, 3 catches, 19 yards. Moss, 2 catches, 12 yards. Walker, 1 catch for 6 yards. On the Westchester side of things in the receiving game, Seth Degree, that guy came out and he balled out today. 7 catches, 122 yards, 2 scores. Newhouse, 3 catches, 86 yards and a touchdown. James, 4 catches, 36 yards and a touchdown. And McKenzie, as we mentioned, he had the 1 catch for 18 yards and a score. So Westchester able to get its passing attack going, and maybe something that can help them later on in the season, Travis.
If you're able to do that against the caliber of opponent like the Shepherd Rams, that's something that you can go back and maybe we open things up and, get a little bit more diverse on the offensive side of the ball, not having to lean so much on the running game, although you have a very good running game. Jaden McKenzie was as good as advertised. Just a strong physical runner, just impressive the way he's able to use his balance. There was a lot of times where he took some hard shots. It looked like he was going to go down, but he was able to put his hand in the dirt, collect himself, and then pick some yards after contact. He was really doing it. But like you mentioned, Phil Pokey, that was certainly somebody that Westchester missed down the stretch because you could tell McKenzie was a bit banged up all game long, wasn't running like he was early on in the game, and Pokey possibly could have provided that spark that they needed down the stretch, but I just think the Golden Rams just kind of ran out of steam there at the end.
Yeah, especially with those injuries, though, not being able to rotate your running backs kind of hurt Westchester in this game late. Well, we get some quick defensive stats. DeLeon, 17 tackles to lead the Rams today. Chris Lane, 11 tackles and 2 sacks. Addison, 7 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, and then Pena, 6 tackles as well, along with Antonio Fox with 6. And then on Westchester's side, some leaders for them. Taylor with 7, Jones with 5, Zapp with 4, Anya, can't remember his name all of a sudden, but the cornerback, Anya Tanwu is how you said it. Or close enough. 5 tackles for him. And we'll take a 2-minute break, and then we'll get Travis's awards and wrap things up here on the Palace Lounge postgame show. But before that, let me give you the read here for your Atlantic Security postgame stats, brought to you by Dynamark Atlantic Security, reminding you, don't be a statistic. Protect your family, home, and business with the local alarm professionals at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call Ben Copenhaver today at 304-671-2158. Take a 2-minute break, and then we'll get Travis's awards and wrap things up here from Ram Stadium.
Hi, I'm Annette McDonald, and I am the designer at Orsini's in Martinsburg, West Virginia. We welcome you into our store to show you a complete line of what we do here. We design your cabinetry, quartz countertops, granite countertops, hardware, anything for the full remodel of your kitchen and your home needs. We also do bathrooms, and we have flooring available too. We make sure that your project with Orsini's is the best in the market. Welcome to Orsini's.
Orsini's.com. The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast, and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
Nothing goes better with football than chicken. From Pee Wee to the big boys to the wing T formation, a hearty meal of 12 pieces for just $9 is just what the boys need to be at their best. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Omaha!
Rock's 12 pieces of chicken, just $9.
Welcome back to Ram Stadium here on the Palace Lounge post-game show. Nick Verzolini, Travis Smith continuing to break down this matchup. Travis, let's go to your awards in this one. Let's start the Orsini's electrifying play of the game.
Well, the electrifying play of the game for me, I got to go with Ty Hebron on his 84-yard touchdown run in the first half. That really announced his coming back, although he had a monster run earlier in the game, and we're going to get to that a little bit later on. But my electrifying play of the game was Ty Hebron's 84-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, that electrifying play of the game brought to you by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer. They're located at 360 Hack Wilson Way, or go to Orsinis.com. I guess now we'll go. I'm going to presume then that Hebron is getting another award here on the Cody's Body Shop collision of the game.
You presume correctly. It was on another Ty Hebron run, his first touchdown run of the game, where he runs over Obi Anyatanwu. He just absolutely truck sticks him into the turf and takes it in for a big 26-yard touchdown run that time. And that really set the tone for the type of game that he was going to have today. And that was a collision. Just Anyatanwu just came out on the wrong end of it, and Ty Hebron taking home 2 of today's awards at the end of the game.
Yeah, I'm not certain how often the offensive guys get the collision of the game, but it happens there today. as that was brought to you by Cody's Body Shop. They're located at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg, family-owned, offering superior customer service and great pricing for a job done by experienced certified technicians. 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. And last but certainly not least, our WVU Medicine player of the game. Does Hebron get the sweep?
He does not go for the sweep, but we're going to keep it as far as an unusual trend, like you just mentioned. Today's player of the game is going to go to a defensive player of the game. It's going to go to middle linebacker for the Shepherd Rams, Chris Lane. Had 11 tackles today, 10 of those solo, 2 sacks today for minus 23 yards, and just the way he was able to stand up on that last drive, he was fighting through cramps, he was fighting through injuries, and he had some huge tackles down there at the end of the game. Chris Lane, my hat's off to you. You earned every bit of this player of the game. You played your butt off today, young man.
Yeah, and they needed him too. Obviously, Duckworth hasn't been out there the past couple of weeks, so he is the guy on the inside that needs to make the plays. He's an All-American for a reason, so that's your WVU Medicine player of the game. WVU Medicine located in Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. And then we'll just kind of wrap things up again. A 42-38 win for the Shepherd University Rams here on homecoming. And then next week, the Rams will travel to Bloomsburg, which will be an interesting situation for us because, well, we have a game on Friday night between Martinsburg and Spring Valley down in Huntington, which is about a 5.5, 6-hour drive from here. And then the crew will have to either meet Travis and I, or I'll go with the crew and meet Travis at Bloomsburg, but we'll still bring it all to you on TV10 and WRNR radio for at least the Martinsburg game. So, Travis, we'll wrap that up here. Again, a nice win here, 42-38 for the Shepherd University Rams over Westchester. For Spencer Dupuis, Matt Miller, Harry Brown, Donald Kinney, and Colin McLaughlin. And, of course, Travis Smith, our color analyst. I'm Nick Verzolini saying so long, everyone, and have a good Saturday afternoon. The Rams win 42-38.
A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning, or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Berkeley Medical Center is the first hospital in West Virginia to acquire Surgical Theater's 360-degree XR visualization platform for neurological surgery. Surgical Theater provides a new way to take an immersive look inside the brain and spine that can be used for patient engagement, preoperative planning, and intraoperative visualization. Dr. Jonathan Sherman with the WVU Rockefeller Neuroscience Institute is the first neurosurgeon in West Virginia to offer this revolutionary platform. WVU Medicine, the future of surgery is here.
I picked Shepherd University because I'm not just a number.
One of the things that surprised me is how friendly everyone is.
I like being able to walk down the street and have the professors recognize me by name.
I'm constantly learning.
It also has taught me so much about myself and about what I want to do with my future.
The location at Shepherd is amazing.
Cities like Washington, D.C., Baltimore are only about an hour and a half away.
You just got to see it. Once you see it, it just takes your heart.
Alrighty, welcome into the Home Helpers Home Care of Martinsburg post-game extra point show. Colin McLaughlin here inside the WRNR studio. what a game that was. On homecoming, Shepherd picks up a 42-38 win over Westchester. The Shepherd Rams now improved to 7-1 overall. Westchester falls to 5-3. That turned into an absolute shootout, and the defense for Shepherd stepped up when it needed to, not once, but twice, to give the Rams the victory over the Golden Rams. That was a fun one, back and forth, and what a day for Tyson Bagent. 19 of 27, 3 touchdowns, 312 yards, and only 1 interception. The 3 touchdown passes went to Josh Gonterick, Ryan Beach, and Ronnie Brown on them as well. And what a day for Gonterick, coming back, 3 catches, 101 yards, most of them in that 89-yard touchdown pass. Rushing-wise as well, an absolute dominant performance by Ty Hebron, 11 attempts, 174 net yards, 2 touchdowns. Bagent also had a nice running day as well as a passing day. 4 rushes, 27 yards, 16 net yards, and 1 rushing touchdown for him. That was a fun one. Let's look at some scores around NCAA Division I football going on right now with 50 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Number 2, Cincinnati, only up by a touchdown now against Navy, 27-20. Navy just scored, which means they now have to kick an onside kick. If they recover it, they'll have a chance. If not, it looks like Cincinnati should be able to survive in Annapolis. Game that just went final. Oklahoma came back after being down 10-0 at the half and won there in Lawrence, Kansas against the Jayhawks by a final score of 35-23. Another game going on. Number 6 in the nation, Michigan, easily handling Northwestern. It is 33-7 right now in that one. Game currently on ABC, some Big Ten action. The number 7 Penn State Nittany Lions tied up with 43 seconds to go, 10 apiece against Illinois. Penn State with the ball and driving, trying just to get a game-winning field goal out of it. A game that's also currently going on in the top 25. Number 16, Wake Forest, looks like it's going to beat Army. That one a high-scoring fest. Wake Forest 63, Army 49. There's still 3:41 to go in that one, so possibility for plenty more touchdowns on both sides. Kicking off right now will be Oklahoma State and Iowa State at 3:30, so that in about 9 minutes or so. Already kicking off, it looked like it was a 3 p.m. kickoff. Number 25, Purdue, is hosting Wisconsin. 3:23 to go in the first quarter, and that one still scoreless. So those are some games to keep an eye on in NCAA Division I football. Let's now look at some Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference scores, starting with the game that I said to keep an eye on because at halftime it looked like there was a possibility of an upset alert as Mercyhurst was up 14-10 against Slippery Rock. Well, Slippery Rock wins it 20-17. The next one that has gone final, Gannon survives at home in a close one against Edinburgh of Pennsylvania by a final score of 21-18 in that one. So Gannon picks up the win, improves to 4-4. Edinburgh falls to 1-6. As for Seton Hill and Clarion, Clarion still winless. Seton Hill dominates 49-0. In a game that is currently in the third quarter with 2:57 to go. It is Bloomsburg trailing East Stroudsburg by a score of 35-7. Shippensburg looks like is going to pick up the victory against Millersville. There's 2:26 to go in the fourth quarter. Shippensburg leads 38-7. And let's look at the other games going on as well. Gotta click again to get the live stats here for the IUP Cal U game. That's a big one in the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. IUP at the half leads California University of Pennsylvania 23-10. And then Kutztown, the team that leads the PSAC East, 25th in Division II football, they lead Lock Haven at the half 19-7. And a game that is currently going on our radio airwaves. It is tied up at 3 goals apiece with 5:49 to go in the third period. The Washington Capitals and Calgary Flames in a battle 3-3. Goals coming from Alex Ovechkin, believe Evgeny Kuznetsov as well, and I'm trying to remember the third one. Let me look it up for you quickly. Defensive min, the newbie on the team, Martin Faraday, with a goal as well. So that's going to be that here on the Home Helpers Home Care of Martinsburg scoreboard show. Keep an eye. It looks like Navy recovered the onside kick. They have the ball now and are marching down the field trying to tie it up. There's 32 seconds to go, and that one, it's on ESPN2, and I'm going to sign off for now to try to see if I can catch the end of that, just like you guys want to as well. Again, Shepherd on homecoming wins against Westchester 42-38. Make sure that you tune in next week for some football as well as some volleyball on Tuesday and Thursday. Have a good night, everyone.
You've been watching play-by-play coverage of NCAA Division II football featuring the Shepherd University Rams and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. Today's telecast has been brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance, Milestone Realty, the Sutton and Janelle Law Firm, Orsini's Home Store, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, the Palace Lounge, and the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm. TV 10 Sports thanks you for watching today's presentation of Shepherd University Rams football. All rights reserved.